Okay, we are recording. Like I say, I'm always trying to get both of them to go at the same time, so it's a little bit weird. I am Brian Kynes. You should know this by now. The creator of the Tales of Ulran campaign setting. We use Dungeons and Dragons heavily homebrewed to play through our story. And the awesome folks that are with me here, plus another one just a little bit, are here to help me write this story one chapter at a time. We'll go ahead and do some introductions. Let's go ahead and start with Bella, please.
My name is Bella. I play Silouan, the Maiden of Song Bard turned Avian Skylancer, um, which is a cool, funky homebrew class.
Yes,
And yeah.
that works. That sums it up. And it's getting ready to get crazy. We're going to see how this works. This dynamic between you and Brahma. So you're like, no, I've got it. No, no, I've got it. No, I've got it. It's going to be interesting. And speaking of him, let's go ahead and go to Jeremy.
I am Jeremy. I'll be playing the part of Merc slash Brahmas, the at present giant wrecking ball that just pinned on it against the wall like he was nothing. So make it happen.
Yeah, and then by the way, when your players say, "Hey, I did that like it was nothing," that's a challenge for me to make things more difficult on you, Jeremy. And I can do that. It's all good. He's like, "Bring your shit." Okay. So, um, last for now, but certainly not least, go ahead, Danny.
I I'm Dan. I play Bastille. He is a rogue with a streak of honor that led him into a encounter with an angel that left him a celestial warlock.
That is new. A streak of what would you call it?
Honor.
A streak of honor. I like it. You're gonna have to make a dagger move that's called the streak of honor.
Ooh.
Now, see, there you go. Right on. Danny, thanks for coming in. On a personal note, uh, it's summertime and folks are getting busy. Things are going on like crazy. Danny just got back home from working his ass off all the time. Uh, Colby will be here shortly to play Kill Tusk, as always. Um, we're going to try to spit these out and do this a little bit more. And I'm only speaking to the third party audience for just a moment, and we'll get back into this like we normally do. But these will probably start to be less frequent as we are soon going to be starting a Plan B, which is going to be a new group of characters that everybody has kind of came up with. We've done some awesome background storyline work on them. It's it's been real fun just doing that. Um, I can't wait to see what everybody does with their creations. And now that they're getting to know the world of Ulran, the politics, the depth of it, the region, the different shops, the different personalities, conflicts, um, they're able to create characters in this world that fit and make sense. And that's been kind of the goal for having some people jump in starting level 7, 8, 9, is to get a feel before they jump in. I give them the keys to Lamborghini. Start up. So, but yeah, they're ready to rev it up now. And when we get that going soon, I'll make a whole new title screen for that. New um, wallpapers that'll scroll representing those new characters. It'll be a fun whole new process. Just gonna take a little time. So with that all out of the way, Colby should be joining us within like 15 minutes or so. We're gonna go back to these folks doing their damnedest to get into this water temple. Um, if you don't remember, um, the main goal of this was because we believe that, well, the Atlantes believe that the soul of Baka incarnate resides within this place, and they were given a great gift that is held up inside here. Um, Jeremy, your character realizes that the outside of this temple and some of the things and some of the symbolism you're seeing depicts ancient forms of Mekon. It's relevant in a lot of the different things you're looking at. There are just things carved out of the stone here, and ways that these things work, then they've been described to you by the different Atladi warriors that are left, the very few of them. You know, Rursi, Karsu, Baraxel. And they have told you pretty much there is another seraphim inside this place. I know you're curious to see what you're going to find in there. And the whole idea here was that there is a mechanism here that can reactivate the ancient aqueducts that were made by the Atladi people with the help of this being, whatever form it takes on, to help lower the water level and get things back to normal on these lands so we can go into the ancient, well, you can kind of call it the, what would you call it? Would it be the tomb of Dram Tondo? The ancient ruins where the Vulcan is kept? This legendary weapon that seems to have the power of a volcano in it that's meant to be able to take down the Quetzalcoatl and possibly even the Terrachua. I've had to memorize a lot of words for this campaign, everybody, but it feels good to be able to say them now. I'm getting better with it. So there's a whole, it's like learning a new language. It's crazy. But there's a lot of fun and a lot of stuff to be had. And now we're right on the threshold of getting in here. And then everybody hurt us. Everybody was doing so good. And we were creeping along, man. And Bastille's like, well, that sucks. And went to shit real quick. And that's D&D. That's how it works, you know. I'm just proud of how you were tiptoeing, Merc. I think that was fantastic. You had the biggest handicap of everybody, and it wasn't you that blew it. I think it was Shakoma, wasn't it?
It was actually it was Bass, because they could. Shakoma made the noise, but Bass was close enough that the chameleons could see him with heat vision.
That's true. And it woke him up to it too. And Sean did an awesome thing where he he didn't. I did this for Sean, where he had Isadora with a D, go up and almost pretended it was the bird that made the noise. But by that time it was a little bit too late. But that's kind of stuff you have, you know, no metagaming. They had no idea of what was coming. Danny did, unfortunately.
Yeah, but Bass didn't, so I had to play him like he'd normally run up there.
And you did it very well. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to switch the map over. And if you guys want to make that the large map on your own personal screens, so you can see what's going on, let's go ahead and put this on. This is where we were, folks. Okay, so I've got an initiative order already rolled up, and that's going to be Kill Tusk going first. Now, if he's not here, the way we're going to do this is there's a lot of things at play here. This is almost a straight up and down temple and almost like a Aztec pyramid-like shape. So there are a lot of things we can see. There's some things we can't see. But this thing is big. And everything's straight up and down by a lot of different floors. There's a lot of groups of a lot of different characters in here. So I've grouped them, and hopefully we'll move this thing along. And I want to tell you, Danny, as we get into this, if I'm fast forwarding past parts that you want to interact with, that you want to say, no, I want to know what happens here. I want to see some dice rolls. I want to see some things. All you got to do is want that, and I can slow this down. But what my plan is for now is groups that aren't basically straight on interacting with you all will have a 1d20 roll, or a contesting d20 roll versus another group that's by them. In taking those rolls into consideration, I'm going to throw out to you the theatrics of what's going on around you as you're going through this. Okay? You can interact with anything you want to. You can do anything. You can start tap dancing. You can be the bullfrog from the hello, my darling. You can do whatever you want to do, is what I'm saying. But I'm going to keep these things simplified and just use a little bit of theater of the mind to move through it. When it comes to doing things for Valdera, I've got it, because that's my character. When it comes for doing things of Darius, me and him have had some discussions. I understand his ideas here, but we'll do some rolls for him. And that's pretty much that. So this should go by and be very interesting. Okay, so our initiative order, just a minute as I get a little bit of music going. Ooh. Ooh. How's the volume on that for everybody? Can you hear my voice just clear and it's fine, or is it too overwhelming? We're good. Okay, I like it. Okay. So, Bastille, you have this spell going on. Make sure you have that minus off of your magic points. Do you have your paperwork from last time we did this? I think you took. Did you take a hit from this chameleon harvester over here, number 5?
No, because he ended up using the Darius did that thing where he stepped in between.
Right. Did the gale wind, and that's what blew it back into this stone. So that all happened right here initially, I believe. Okay. And I remember Darius did his thing and wolfed out, getting ready to just cause some carnage. Okay. So, the way I have the initiative order going right now is the first person to go would be Kill Tusk. I'm going to push him back just a little bit and let him come in as soon as he enters the actual game here within the next 15 minutes or so. Number 2 would have been Darius. Okay? So I know that Darius is about getting into the thick of these things and tearing some shit up and relieving some of this stress, right? And trying to draw it off so we can get inside. That is kind of what he has told me over the last several episodes that he's wanting to do. So let's look at him real quick. Danny, I would like for you to roll me a 1d20. And a 20 means Darius is a fucking god amongst wolves. And 1 means that he tripped on that vine and he's in bad shape.
14.
A 14. That's better than a 10. Here's what we're going to do. Let me go down to him. Darius. Alright. So, we have this one here that he hit and smacked into this pedestal. I do want to say that when he did this, once again, this pedestal seemed to shake back and forth, rocking on its axis, much like this one over here seemed like there were skid marks around as if it was movable. Okay? So Darius, after seeing that, he's going to use 5'10". Brahmas just took care of this guy. Darius would probably want to make this harvester his next target to open up the gateway. Right? So let's see, he was here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now, I don't know how many times a day he has that gust of wind move that's available to him on his cloak. But I'm going to, for theatrics, say that I think it was like 3 times a day. He's going to go ahead and use that gale wind to cut the distance here. And let's go ahead and say that he gets this close. Alright. And then, does anybody have anything special they would like to see him do to this guy that you've seen Darius do in the past? And we'll see how it goes. Good, Danny's grinning. What you got?
The blade flourish.
Okay. Now, when he does this with claws, he does that same kind of move because he's in a controlled change right now. He hasn't lost his shit yet. So he can do that blade flourish, but he can do it with his claws now instead of the rapier.
Nice.
Which is real cool. Now, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So with that, Jeremy, I want you to roll for the harvester a 1d20. Tell me what they get. If he gets a 13 or lower, the lower he gets than a 14, the better this will be for Darius. You only got a 5? Or what is it, 5 or 6?
14.
You got a 14 even. Okay, roll it again. I'm rolling mine right now. Matter of fact, let's just do it this way. Let's make this fun. Let's do it like this, guys. Okay. Here's our D20. Let's make this first one for the harvester. It's a natural 16. Let's go ahead and make the next roll for Darius. It's a natural 6. Okay. So I'm going to say as he comes at him and he's going off and he's doing this flourish, he's more just going crazy and trying to get a grasp of this change. And as he goes over, he only hits for 1, but I'm going to let it do damage plus half. Okay, from his ferocity. Let's go ahead and do some damage here real quick. Okay, that is number 1. That's Harvester number 1. Okay, so he is tangled up in intense combat with Darius. As Darius is just, he's team wolfing him. Like at the when they're out there bowling, and he just starts wolfing out and rips the shirt and shit off the guy. So it's like that. Let's go ahead and move to the next person in the initiative order. Just a minute. Let me go ahead and put down Darius. Round 1 is done. Okay, that would be number 2. Number 3, in this hot mess of a lot of people, is going to be, just a minute. Make sure I'm getting this right. 1, 2, 3. Right there. Okay, corrupted. Corrupted number 1, Shaman number 1, and Ozaman number 5. I think that is going to be the bottom right corner down here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check it out. It's going to be this group here. Yep. Okay. So, it's going to be this group, and this one right here. Okay. So, this fella here, Danny, roll me a 1d20.
7.
A 7?
Yeah.
Okay. He is going to... Okay. Just a minute. Okay. Just a minute. Let me get this back. Okay. And Colby's here. I'm going to go ahead and admit him real quick. Okay, a 7. So what happened here is this corrupted. What he wanted to do was he wanted to try and use his gravity ability to influence what was going on somehow. Okay, so I'm going to move him up here. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let me find the Ozaman. Okay, that's number 1. Okay, I'm going to move him. Moving up the hill, going to here. And he is going to try to do that spell. Let me go ahead and roll a DC for it real quick. Okay, bad. Jeremy, roll me a 1d20 for the Harvester again with disadvantage because he's engaged with Darius. A 3. Okay, so with that, the Ozaman number 1 from here. Make sure, let me see if I might have a graphic for that. Yeah, I think I do. Gravity Crush. He's going to put that and focus that right on that creature. Okay, let me resize this a little bit. Okay, and if we could, Bella, if you would roll me a 1d20 and a 1d8, I want to see if Darius is able to pull off, because this thing's hitting a little bit of a radius around him, and it might slow him down too. What'd you get?
12.
12, okay. That works. Let me make sure that my DC is not that. Okay. Darius would have taken a little bit of crushing damage, but he would not be affected by the effects of this and wouldn't be held in place and have like the slow spell put on him practically. So let me go ahead and mark that down. Okay. And now this harvester, number 1, is going to be slowed. That's 1 hit. Okay. Then it's going to be that one's turn. The other ones are going to move. Let's see. They're going to climb out onto this, and they're just going to start bum rushing the straight edge of this. Let's go ahead and say we got 510, 510. You are number 5, sir. Let's move you. 510, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 55, 60, 65, 70. Okay, that's dashing. That puts him all the way up there. The shaman does not have that kind of quickness about him at all. 5, 10, 15 to climb over the wall. I think this shaman actually had a spell on, didn't he? Oh, he's using a healing aura, which he has around him. Okay, so what happens is, with this, when he runs by a person that's within his range, as long as he keeps concentration on it, you get 1d8 but plus 1 hit points back. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. We're going to stop him right here beside Valdera and Karsu. Okay? Now, that's going to be that group. Done. Make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, your round 1 is done. Okay, number 4 to go in this. It's going to be a Ravenger, but now Colby's back. I'm going to let him go ahead and jump into this. Okay? So Colby, you, sir, are perched here. You have serious range with your weapon. Okay. Do you need a refresher as to what's going on around you or what the goal is? You pretty much remember from last time we played where you're at and what's going on?
I could use a refresher.
Okay. So, you understand the overall goal, still trying to get inside the temple. You were perched up along this wall and you were trying to pick off obstacles, as you were going to be one of the people that stayed outside and helped fend off so the rest could go inside the temple and try to search into its depths to find the soul of Baka, or a something that looks a lot like Brahmas. Could be either one, could be both. We don't know. Okay, or Seraphim. So, at first you were perched up on top of the statue and you had made moves, and then you dashed and you went out this way along this railing. It's about 5 to 8 foot taller than the stairway, and you had seen one of these Vasilians doing something that you hadn't seen before. It was a chameleon version of one, colored a little differently, and it was invisible, and it kind of appeared right beside Bastille and went to attack him. And right as that was going on, Darius used a gale wind kind of magical item in his cloak and hit that creature and blew it all these feet back and smacked it against this pedestal here, which caused it damage and it's dazed. Okay? You have the Ozaman, like I just described, jumping up over, and they're charging the main path, trying to clear a hole so this group can get inside. And you were up there on top of this railing. Whatever you're up to is whatever you're up to. I don't know what your overall plan. I think you took some shots last time, but I wasn't 100% positive. So now's a chance for you to kind of do what you need to do. As far as you can see ahead of you, Brahmas just smashed this one against the pedestal. He just did like the freight train. If you don't remember that, it was pretty beautiful. You also saw Darius.
I think I remember that.
Hell yeah, it's hard to forget that shit. Darius went over here, just started clawing at this thing, just doing like a flurry on it. Not connecting as much as he would have liked to have. And then one of these corrupted Ozaman jumps up and does some kind of gravity force spell, and is holding this thing in place as it looks like everything is kind of slowing down. Matter of fact, for theatrics, the rain that's falling seems to look suspended inside that area where he's got this Fazilian held up against the wall. It's almost like a shaky, like jumping in and out of time kind of look to the Fazilian that's under the effects of this spell ability. You don't know exactly what it is. This Ozaman being able to control powers like this would be very strange to you. You've known him for a long time, Kill Tusk. You've never seen Ozaman look like this one does, or be able to do the kind of things that it's doing. I'm gonna get that dice roller off here real quick. Just a minute, guys. Sorry. My mouse is acting a little screwy. Just a minute. So while I'm doing this, Colby, what do you think about doing on your turn, boss?
You said the one that got hit against the pedestal was dazed, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Would I be able to tell if he knows I'm there, or like if I'm like maybe gonna focus my efforts on him before he notices or anything like that?
Okay. And which one of these guys are you wanting to see if they notice you're there or not? Which one of these two?
No, the one that was invisible, like a chameleon. Like, did he had any clue before he got dazed that I was even here?
That you wouldn't be able to perceive. No, he just kind of popped
Okay.
out of nowhere in a moment and then got tore up by Darius and pushed. Okay.
All right.
He would be able to discern if he knew you were there. He definitely knew Bastille was there because he jumped up and was getting ready to do some bad shit. But that's a straight shot for you.
Yeah, am I also able to tell if anybody is in trouble?
I'll tell you, I'll do a perception check and I'll call that your free action for your turn.
All right. $19.
With that 19, by the way, your voice is coming across really good on that, Colby, so whatever setup you're using, do that again, okay? With that 19, Valdera is fine. She's got Karsu right behind her. The Ozaman Shaman's beside us. You heard Silouan jump up behind you, trying to get out of the way of the freaking freight train that is Jeremy. It's no one's in trouble right now, but things are going off. You know, this is the start of a not so quiet march into this place that we had planned. It's time to start kicking some ass and making your way. That's what you would be able to perceive with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, with that 19, would I be able to see if any more resilient are coming in, like trying to flank or anything?
Not at that moment, because you were focused on looking at the one to see how its effect was. So, no,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah, that's fair.
But those
Then-
kind of questions are awesome. Keep that shit up. I like it when people get interested. But now, since you were laser focused on that and things of that nature, the other things would, you wouldn't be able to perceive.
All right, then. And yeah, I think we're gonna go with an overdraw shot on that guy then.
On this fella here,
Yes.
okay. Go ahead and roll, and let me know what your total is.
All
This
right.
is an overdraw shot, so you gotta do your strength check first, right?
Yes.
It's a strength or it's athletics, right?
It just says strength, and it's also the bonus action on.
It's athletics. It's like an athletic.
Yeah.
And you know how to do this, so
Yep.
just go ahead and do it. Tell me where it falls, and let me know how hard it hits. You know what I mean? Go ahead and go through it, and let me know the end result.
Yeah, no, I didn't make it. I was one short. I got a total of 9.
Okay, so this is going to be kind of like a regular shot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine now. So you go to pull that sucker back, You do, and you're just. I don't know if it's just that you have this big bunch of vine up in front of in your way, or you got a pull in your shoulder or something, but something's not quite right. Maybe you're hurrying yourself a little bit too much. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll for your regular attack.
No, that's a D8. I need a D10. There we go. $17 for the attack.
Okay. A 17. Tell you what that does in just a second. A 17 on him because he's stunned hits, but it does not breach. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. That'll be 8.
Okay, so you feel as if some of that got through, but it wasn't as much as you would have liked, as these things don't seem to have a whole lot of armor on. They seem to have some kind of ceremonial, kind of almost like cultist kind of garb that's made out of certain cloth and different bones and furs and things like that. It's primitive, but it has a mystic kind of way in the way that it's crafted around them. These ones are a little bit more tore down with more flesh showing, but that scale, their skin seems to be tough. Okay? And you'd say it looked like it got through, but it didn't sink. You can still see a lot of the fletching and arrow based on that shot on that thing, okay?
All right.
Okay, what are you doing now? That was one attack. What's your next thing you're doing?
Let's see if I can find my notebook here.
Okay.
Maybe. No, that's not it.
The person on deck, by the way, that is Colby going on. We're going to be moving on to number 4, and that is going to be some bad guys. And then number 5 is going to be Silouan. So go ahead and start thinking about your good stuff. And then Jeremy, you know you're 8. Or no, and then Bast is 6. And then Jeremy's 8. So keep that. That's our order. It's going to be a couple shitty things in between then and now. Then and now. So now and then.
No, Bast and Valdera and Garcia are acting as a group, correct? Cool.
Not so much in individual players. I'm letting you guys do what you want to do, and I can have them go on initiative at the same time you can, if you would like.
'Cause I thought we had tied them together because we ended up doing an average of their initiatives.
That's been like 3 weeks ago. So we can do that, yeah. But I'm not going through and rewriting the initiative of like 36 people over something that happened 3 weeks ago. You'll have to forgive me, D&D gods. It's all good. Colby, what are you doing? Now's the time.
Can you zoom out of the battle map for a quick second?
I can. This way?
Yeah. Am I able to tell if there's a good enough surface on the statues behind everybody else if there's a platform?
Are you talking about right here?
Yeah. Well, no, on this, the statues above that level, like farther. That's on that level, but a little farther back, like by the stairs.
These up here.
No, by the stairs.
Okay. So you're wanting to tell about something that's happening right here at the top of these stairs?
If the statues have a little ledge, I could probably stand on.
Yes, they do. These heads here?
Mm-hmm.
They do, yes. They are literally large, 15 to 20 foot tall carved heads.
Okay.
So it'd be like the Statue of Liberty's head was sitting there. You could definitely scale that. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then I think I'll be using one of my blink arrows then.
Hey, fuck yeah, you will. I like it. First F-bomb of the game. I love it. All right. Kids be damned. All right. So go ahead and just roll a basic attack. You got to roll over a 10 to be able to put the shot where you want it.
This is with the D20, correct? Or
Attack rolls are typically made of a D20, you rookie. Yes, these are facts.
I just wanted to make sure because you said attack, and which maybe put me to my D10.
I get it. I get it.
That is a plain 17. You want me to add modifiers?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, just for the hell of it. You know, because remember, you do your 1d20 plus your attack modifiers, which is all the way at the end on the right.
All right. Yeah, then that would be a total of 29.
I like it, sir. So, with that, you shoot your arrow, you hit this target, and it doesn't do too much to it, but it's dazed. You know what I mean? So it was able to get past it. It seems to be slowed. And you blink, fazoom, and I forgot to ask you, which one of those statues did you want to put yourself on? This one over here or this one over here?
The left one.
The left one. Okay, thank you. Thank you for making that easier on me. And you are on top. Or where else would you like to have been? With that shot, I'll even let you stand on top of the nose if you want to, if that's shot. With the 27, I mean, hell.
No, that spot is fine.
Okay. That is your second attack. And that was your, what else are you doing on your turn?
I think that'll be it for this turn.
Okay. That will work, and I'm going to go ahead and mark you off there, sir. Let's go ahead and put Kill Tusk as went. Okay, so that is going to be number 4. Just a minute. They went, and I was number 4 at. Okay, here we go. Bad guys. Ravager number 3 combined with Harvester number 8. Let's see where that is. And Danny, I'm going to let you decide what they're doing. So Ravager number 3, that's 1. Just a minute, let me see what's what. There's Ravager number 3 and Harvester number 8. He's on this ledge. He's on this ledge, and you see a group of Ozomen making their way up the stairway. You also know that there's quite a bit of commotion going over on this direction. If you've heard slamming and shots and Darius going, "Rah!" You know what I mean? You're hearing all kinds of shit. So with those two characters, what would you like to do, sir?
So the one that's closest to us, the Ravager there, he's going to step 2 steps back and look to see if he can see what's going on over there.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Would be a 15.
You can. I'll move you back real quick. Let me move to the enemies. Okay. This is Ravager number 3. We'll go 5, 10. I'll put you here. And you can see what's going on over in this area.
Okay.
Because it's all down sloping. You know what I mean? I could get super technical, but when you're looking through here in this shot, you can see what's going on. You know that there's an attack. He may not be able to like exactly pinpoint a person individually, but you can see that there are people moving around and there is shit going on.
Okay.
And you also have him as well. You can do both however you'd like.
All right then. So what's with this Reaver right here? He is going to use his acid spray from where he's standing.
Oh, now that's only like a 15-foot cone.
Yeah, as soon as those guys come up the stairs, he'll get them then.
Okay, that's cool because you know this is only like 7 foot tall, so you're aiming it in this direction.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put a little note in here for that. Let's go acid splash. Let's make it known. And I'm just going to put this up here as a template that we're going to use.
And
When
he'll
you
hold
want,
his
right?
movement too. So as he sees them come up the stairs, he's going to trot over on that edge and then really get them, like as many of them as he can. And the
Okay.
other one is going to drop down and go ahead and charge them, trying to get them. He's going to run straight across, trying to draw them into it.
Okay. And mind you, you're not doing this now. That's just to let me know later what it's going to look like, right? Okay. You can fade that out a little bit. We know that's where you're going to be. Awesome. And I think that acid splash is a bonus action for you. I don't think it's a major action. So you'll still be able to have attacks and shit too. Okay? So this guy here, he's going to charge down that direction. Okay.
Yep.
So, and this is number 8. Let me go ahead and get to him here real quick, boss. Number 8. Okay. And 5, 10, 15. You land behind some clay jars. Do you want to kick those out of your way or hop over them?
Hop right over him.
Okay. Roll me a dexterity check, please. 20,
12.
30, 35, 40. And that right there is about the end of your normal movement. We could say this one here has spears. You could say he has harpoons, or I'll let you roll 1d4 or 1, 2. He has something long range. 3 and 4 he does not.
He just he'll use Hunter's Mark on the first one.
Awesome job. And do you want that to be the corrupted or one of these soldiers?
The corrupted, because that's the closest one he can see.
Very, very good. So on number 3, let me go ahead and put that in. That is going to be the Ozaman. It's going to be corrupted number 3. And I'm going to go ahead and put on him a Hunter's Mark. Let me move the color over here real quick. And let me go ahead and do shape. Circle. Okay. Make it somewhat transparent. Okay, he is marked. Okay, I'm gonna will you write that down for me, please? Number 3 there, that is Hunter's Mark, okay?
And if you want to do the rest of this battle, because we can kind of see how it's going to go down, if you want to give a plus or minus to a die roll, so that, the other, depends on the rest of what everybody wants to do there. I'm okay, depending on what you guys want to do.
I got it. All right, cool, bud.
Like, I know that the one that's charging is going to get caught up in something he can't see. We know
Right on.
he doesn't.
Right, exactly. So I'm going to put down number 8 is doing concentration. Okay? HM, Hunter's Mark. Anything else you want to do on your turn if there's 2?
No.
Okay, fantastic. We'll go ahead and say that they have taken their turn. Let me find that again real quick. That's number 4. That's going to be turn number 1. Okay, now we're going for number 5. I think it was Silouan, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was.
Okay.
I have looked everywhere. I can't find my notes from the previous session. I don't think she's really done much, I think.
Not yet. You haven't. No, you were gearing up, and I remember you were looking at being able to do a vault, but it wasn't within range. And then you jumped up on that ledge because everyone was trying to run up past you, and it was getting to be bottlenecked here. You were with Baraxel. Now, did Darius do some kind of spell where it was a bolster to somebody? For some reason, back in my mind, I can't remember what it was, but he did something.
I know
Very
I
right.
gave Bardic inspiration to 2
Yeah.
people.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeremy and I have Bardic inspiration. I do know that.
Write that down, guys, that you have that, okay? Make sure to keep a note. You have, and it's a 1d6, wasn't it?
Think so, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because we said if it was higher levels, it'd be a d8. I believe it was a 1d6 to anything. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing. So the reason why I mention it is if I'm somehow forgetting her HP or tracking incorrectly. Sorry.
You haven't taken any damage in this at all, so everything
Yeah.
you've got is fine. I don't think, and the Bardic Inspiration isn't something that uses MP.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're
So
golden right now.
all right. Cool. So the main goal, what they're trying to accomplish, is to get Araxel and Karsu up to the Karsu's the Scion, right?
Yes, and that's
Yeah.
the one that's right here. It's NPC. She's right behind Valdera.
Yeah. So the main goal is to get them up to the entrance, right?
Get them inside, yeah.
So she is. Can you zoom out a little bit?
Absolutely.
Okay. So let me see. Where is it?
Is there any particular spot you want me to zoom in on? All you gotta do is let me know.
What I'm trying to decide is she's. Can you zoom in a little bit more? Okay. And she is. Silhouette is where?
Right here.
Okay. So I'm trying to think, how far can she actually get with her vault?
Well, it's half your movement, and what is your movement?
Her movement is.
Is it 40?
I am looking.
I'm gonna be on the right-hand side, about 2/3 the way down your character sheet. Initiative and movement are really close to one another.
Let's see. Yeah, 40.
Okay. So, if I'm not mistaken, and Jeremy's your battle buddy, right? So, I think your vault can go up to 20 foot. You can target someone up to 20 foot away with it. And Jeremy, does it take half of her movement to do that, or
Jeremy
just her
stepped
action?
away, I think.
Oh, he did. Okay. Let me see if I can.
I know it does half my movement, and then like the descent is the other half, I believe.
Okay, so I guess the question I'm asking is, and I can't remember right off the top, even though I did most of the writing on it, was can you use your regular movement of 40 feet and then be able to do your vault up to that distance away, or does it take half your movement to perform?
It takes
a
half
vault?
my movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would be able to move up 20 foot, and then 20 foot away from you at that point, you would be able to come down on something. So the only target in range right now would be this harvester right here, the chameleon one that popped in.
So let me try to tell you what she's trying to accomplish. As of right now, she is trying to clear a pathway, and part of that way she's going to do it is distraction. So
Oh, nice. Okay. Sweet.
what her goal is going to do is she is going to vault in the air, and man, I wish there was a way that I could point. So you know the pathway that Brahmas is currently on?
Up here, yes.
Yes. So to the right. So moving to the right. She is trying to launch in that area to draw whoever may be in this space away from the main path, to try to bring their attention away from the main straight path. That way they have a little bit more of a clear shot.
Okay. Well, let's look at what you got here. You got 5, 10. Let's look at what you got here. Okay. I shall help you. It is all good. 'Cause that is
Yeah.
a
It's less
good
of
idea.
coming down on top of somebody and more so she is going to vault up in the air, and then once she's at the peak, she is literally just like screaming at this point, like almost like wailing, screaming, like something to really draw their attention away. She knows full well that she may be landing on or bringing more attention than she wants, but their cover is already blown, so she's like, well, if they come after me, then that's less people on the main path.
That is the brave side of Silhouette coming out. I like it, dude. So here's the best way I think to do this. Okay, we're going to say you got 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, that's going to put you about right here. Now, to be able to vault over to the other side of this and land over here somewhere, you've got like a 5, 10, 15, 20. You're going to be able to get right onto the edge of your vault.
What about from her original location? What if she does with her full movement, like a full diagonal, vaulting, like, you know, half the movement up, half the movement down?
Still, the vault can only be done up to a distance of 20 foot away.
Okay.
So if you were to do that, you could vault, but you'd land right there where you are.
Fair
That would
enough.
be your 20 foot, and then you would have to run this, which would mean jumping down the wall, going over, climbing up
no.
the other side. So if you run up that far, and then you start jumping and screaming from here, and launching this way and landing over here, that's going to accomplish getting over this space.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be able to get your attention, and you're closer to him when you're doing it, and that's going to put you landing probably about right in here.
Mm-hmm.
Does that scratch the itch, or do you want to modify it a little bit?
No, I think that works. I'm trying to. I don't think she has a bard spell to make it more flashy, unfortunately. So
Well, I'll
that's
just have you do a charisma thing and tell me what Silwyn is doing to make Vizillion hate her.
she is screeching. Like she is like
Okay.
that sort of ear piercing, ear shattering.
Like the Jim
Like
Carrey, like what's the most annoying sound?
No,
I'm
almost
being
like
sarcastic,
yeah. No, but like think of almost like a hawk, almost, but like that high pitched screech wail.
Okay.
I think.
Roll me two things.
Mm.
As you do this,
Hmm.
I want you to roll me a charisma check. Just a
Okay.
charisma.
D20 plus bonus, right? Or plus the modifier.
Yeah.
That is a 19 plus 3. That is a 22.
It's a 22. Okay. 20 is what I'm looking for something special to happen. Okay. So, when you run up and you jump in this way, and you're proving it with a 20, you are wanting to make sure that you are screaming and doing something, and you're trying to find in your mind, you're like, I don't have the spell, but I can jump. I can do this thing.
Oh,
right?
also, real
Yeah.
quick. With the metal on her armor and her weapon, she is trying to catch as much of the glint of the sun as possible to bring that visual aspect to it, too.
Okay. Okay. With that, give me a nature check.
Okay, let's see.
DMs out there, you gotta love when I'm having them do a nature check to see if they can get the glint of the sun in their armor. What would be the thing? Nature check. Change my mind. Right?
That's just a 12.
Okay. It's better than a 10. So you see where the sun is. You see that you can jump into it, and you do this.
Mm.
With that roll,
Mm.
Brahmas, you hear something that sends a shiver inside of you, and it is extraordinarily loud inside of Brahmas. Danny, Bastille hears something that sends a little bit of a shiver down your spine. When she runs across here and jumps up, and you hear this shriek from a maiden of song, doing everything that she can with a roll of 20 or better, trying to jump over here and distract people from it, it reminds you of the scream that she released that time when she was getting attacked in that tower. It is painful. And in that moment, when you look up and you can see she's jumped up, and as you can see in this map, there are rays of light that are coming through the rain as the clouds have parted to some degree. And you see that, and she lands on this side here. Okay? And as she does that screech, I will give you one moment to tell me what your thoughts were and your reaction to that noise. And I am going to roll something for a Vizillion and something else. So go ahead, Jeremy, I'll start with you. What is your reaction to hearing this wail come from her?
Well, great minds think alike, because I was already planning on making like a charisma check on my turn just to make sure that he didn't get startled thinking that she was hurt. Because that was the first thing to come to mind. It's like, she's doing that. The first thing he's going to do is he's going to have to fight against being distracted. Yeah, and he wound up rolling an 18 for charisma.
Okay, okay.
He manages to maintain that composure staring down this Vizillion. But I don't know. I feel like he would know her well enough to know a genuine scream versus something intentional.
Yeah. But this comes from a place that she's revisiting because it's necessary. However that impresses you, it impresses me as a DM. But however that impresses you, I just want to throw it out there. Bastille, you were there. You were at the tower when the Wyvern cultist was taking the wing. You heard the pain of this woman when you first laid eyes on a very innocent version of this same warrior woman. What is your reaction when you hear this?
He would look immediately to see it.
You would see her in the sky, landing into a place where you can't see beyond. She's landing on the other side of that barrier wall that you can't see. She might be diving down on somebody. You don't know exactly what's going on, but you hear this. What's Bass thinking?
As soon as he's seen her jump over like that, he would think she was like a roar screech, and he would nod. He would just duck his head and get ready to make their next charge.
Okay. I'm going to say that changes a couple things also on other people's turns here in a minute. All right. And that is also going to confidence.
Can Brahmas, obviously Brahmas can see her, right? If she
Yes.
makes a motion to him real quick.
I'll give you one free action. Yes.
I think she goes like sort of a motion of like, get the next tier. Like meaning like she's on this tier and there's that one more tier up before the entrance.
Like when you come down, you hero land and you give him like a hand gesture or
Yeah,
something.
like
what does
if
it
you
look like,
back up-
Bella? Tell me. What's it look like?
Kind of like that, like motion up and like clear and then point to her and like pointing forward away. If you can back up real quick, zoom out.
Absolutely. Zoom out more. Yes, I can. I can
Yes, it's
because
cool.
we have interactive maps and it's cool.
And then scroll up a little bit.
Okay, just a second.
So she is motioning up to that second landing, the one right in front of that sort of bigger Vasilian guy,
Yes.
meaning sort of like clear that and like motioning towards the right direction.
Okay.
And then she is kind of pointing to herself. Scroll back down. She is pointing to herself and then pointing to the right.
Okay.
So pretty much saying like, hey, you clear up there, I clear up here, and then sort of like we are kind of making that sort of Bast, Karsu,
So,
everybody run up type thing.
so Bella, as much as I adore you, you have milked this action for every bit
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
can
yeah.
possibly get. Jeremy, I want you to do a perception check to see if you're able to get all that. DC of 20 to understand everything she was meaning. DC of 15 to know she was talking about the Vasilian and getting up on that ledge. DC of 10, you know where she's wanting you to go.
Got an 11. But fortunately, his plan already kind of aligns with what she was thinking.
Is that what we're saying? Is that what okay. So, all right. Then, by the way, when I say take the keys to the Lamborghini, this is what I'm talking about. That's how you milk an action, everybody. So yeah, she jumps and she's like Vietnam movie and, and just doing all her shit. So
Hold
we're
on,
on it
hey,
now.
I'm gonna sit here. You go up there and deal with that. I'm gonna be like, I was already planning on it.
Right on. No, I'm the hero, damn it. I'm the hero. So anyway, Bella, with that, you've used your movement. You've
Yep.
used an action, kind of two free ones. What would you like to do now? That's kind of
is
it,
ju-
right?
Yeah, when she lands, she is, by the way, coming down as hard as she possibly can to make as much noise as she. It's not like a delicate, like, like she is trying to make as much noise as she can.
Like you actually flap your wings so you land harder
Yeah.
than you normally would. You're like upstroke. I
Yep.
get it.
Pretty much.
Okay. With that, I'm going to roll Colby. Roll me a 1d20 and a 1d4 and tell me what you get. If you get a 13 or 14 or higher, tell me 14 or higher. Or no, hold on. What did you roll for your charisma thing when you were screaming? It was like a 22, right? Okay. Yeah, roll. Tell me what you get on that roll.
10.
Okay. He is extraordinarily distracted. Jeremy, your first attack on him will have advantage if you choose to because of what she just did. You're welcome, Bella. All right. And that's why D&D's fun. So, I don't mind giving people a little bit of something to do cool shit. And Silliman's out of there. She's done. Next is Bastille. Bast. How is it you're going sixth? You're first all the time. I just... I don't know. It feels wrong. It just feels wrong.
Well, his initiative was higher, but that's where they averaged out.
See, look at you. You're like, no. Really, Brian, if we're really playing the real way. I'm just giving you shit, buddy. It's all good. I love that you're on my side here.
All right,
Bast is on my team. So you are Hellish Image. What is this? What do we call this? Infernal Image. That was it, Jeremy. You got Karsu beside you. The shaman has just came up. He has this aura of healing around him. He's keeping concentration on. Valdera was doing a battle charge. Celine is up here in front of you. You know she is masquerading as one of these Vizillions. She's got a crossbow out. And he just got nailed with an arrow as Kiltus did his shit. What is it that you're doing now?
Well, the plan originally was the three of them were going to keep running to get to as a group to get all the way up there. So he's looking to see if they're moving first with a perception check, like if they're ready to move.
I won't make you waste it. Let's just do this. Because he just got up there, he wouldn't be able to move with you. But I'm going to let you have this one, because that was part of the plan. Okay? Valdera actually did, she didn't do great on her initiative. But I'm going to say that you guys are now, tell me about how you're wanting to move up and tell me what you said in that moment. As she battle charged first, before you did, I believe, right? And got to that point?
I think they kind of went as a group.
Okay, so free action. What are you saying to everybody in this moment to keep them together, and where are you headed?
He's like, keep us moving, Valdera.
Okay. So, with that, because of what Silliman did, Valdera is going to react to that in kind and do battle cry. Now, did you do something like that earlier too, Jeremy, or did you not? I don't think you did your version of it, did you? Let me look up here again and make sure I'm doing this
I
right.
think the closest to a battle cry anybody might have heard from Brahmas was the sound of a train horn.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Let me see what this does again. Within a 30-foot radius of the Herald are granted the following benefits for an amount of rounds equal to her charisma bonus, which is 4. Temporary hit points. Hold on. Yeah, I think you can only gain some of these. Okay. Let me make sure I'm reading this right, and then I'll tell you what you guys get to do, because this actually affects everybody within 30 foot, which is Celine, all of us right there in that circle. Okay? Just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. Magical effects, saving throws, attack rolls. They choose. Okay. So, Bastille and Celine get to choose. You get to, you get 4 temporary hit points, and you get 4 temporary magic points. Okay, so Bastille, write that down. Okay? You also can choose to do one of these. You can have advantage on a saving throw, 1 per round, an attack roll, 1 per round, or a damage roll once per round for the 4-turn duration that this battle cry has been initiated. Keep that in mind. Only one of them per turn while you're under effects of this. All allies within the area of effect automatically gain a free action. This free action can be used to make 1 melee or ranged attack, cast a cantrip, or bonus action spell at base level, or take the dodge parry action on the next attack against them. Okay, that's what you've got to fight with there, bud. So because Silouan's leading the charge with this, Valdera's like, it's like a locate call of Coyote. It's like, her, she's going back to her too. So that's what you have to deal with. I'm going to act out how Celine is handling that. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and move the 35 foot forward with her, with Valdera, and I'll move all the pieces here in turn. So let's go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's go here. Let's make sure that, just a minute. Where is her? Just a minute. I gotta find her. There it is, NPC. Let's go ahead and move her with her. Okay, Bastille. I'm moving you now. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Where exactly would you like to be? I know you have a little bit more movement than that. Unless you're charging.
I'll stop right there for a second and zoom out. Okay,
How
so
far?
he can't see anything on the next level that's going to get in their way, right?
No, you don't see anything in the next level. You see this Ravager way up here ahead of us. And that's it.
All right, then.
By the way, you guys like this music for this? I do too, man. It's fun. It's good shit.
Ooh, hold on. What is over the top of that? Would you have seen that coming up? What is over the top of that statue on the left?
Right here?
Yeah.
That would be a kill tusk.
Oh, okay.
What is that? What is it?
Boss is
There's like
working
his,
well.
there's like his feathers and this bird beak on this helmet. You're fucking your native garb is messing with the locals, buddy. That's great.
All right. Well,
What is that about?
I guess we don't want him charging from behind us. We ought to limit the one that's, because I know I need Brahmas to go forward. So the one that's at him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and step over there and.
Because you only use 30 foot. I know you have more movement than that normally. So what are you choosing to do? Are you like we're talking 35, 40? Is that what we're talking?
Right there, and
Okay.
I'll take advantage on an attack roll.
You will, because you're flanking, aren't you? Oh, well,
And the distraction, and it's dazed.
Yeah, go ahead and roll with advantage, certainly. What are you doing? Just, by the way, just
Hard
attack?
distracted.
He'll use, because he can do it at any time he has advantage on anything that hasn't taken a turn in the round on him. He's going to use his backstab multiplier on that thing.
Oh, that's true. That is technically it. Do that shit, Danny. What was your
All right,
attack roll?
So, the attack roll with advantage would be, I think that's 18, 34.
Yeah, that hits and breaches, boss.
All right, let's do some damage. 3 for the. Because of the assassinate feature and because it's dazed and obviously surprised.
Oh, I like how Danny goes, obviously surprised. Because to the DM, this should be obvious. Of course, Danny, go ahead, please.
43 points of damage on that one.
Paint me a picture, asshole.
He just skips up there and just drives it in that thing's open mouth
He
where it kind of
skips.
got stunned.
He skips.
Yeah,
Like a tisket, a tasket skip.
yeah, absolutely. He's like, ha ha! Johnny Depp's him.
So we got, okay. Hey, just 1, 2, skip to my block death. Okay. Let me go ahead and do this. Harvester number 1 or 2, buddy. I got bad news for you. You're gone. Nicely
That changes
done,
up my
sir.
plan just a hair.
What's that?
Well, that changes my plan just a little bit.
I mean, if you want to hit the corpse, I can bring back the image if you just want some practice, man. I mean, but he's kind of deflated. Danny does that shit. No, that's cool. Okay. And what else, Danny?
Zoom out.
Make sure to speak in the mic, boss. You're just a touch low, but it's not bad, okay?
Zoom out there a little bit.
Yep, just a minute. Let me write down some shit real quick here and move this over, and then I'll zoom out for you, okay? So that is Harvester 2. Done, son. And now I will do your zooming. There you go.
All right, there's nothing else you can hit from there, so we'll just stay with them because he made a promise he's guarding her to get in.
You did. All right, boss. That's that. Now, that takes care of Bastille's turn. I'm going to say that go ahead and takes care of Karsu and Valdera both as well. Celine and you were grouped together, so I'm going to give Celine her chance. Bella, I would like for you to roll me a 1d20. 20, Celine does awesome shit. 1, and Celine just drools on herself, practically.
That's a 19.
A 19. Let's see if we can channel our inner Sean here.
Any modifiers?
Not on this. I think 19. I think you're fine. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. 19's good. Okay, so this is just a determining roll. So, of all the clever shit that we have seen over the years, Jeremy, what do you think maybe Celine might do in this moment? If you don't have anything super, I'll move to Danny. She looks like a bazillion right now, and she can change the way she shapes, and that was her idea, was to run interference in this place.
Yeah, I got nothing, boss.
What's that?
I got nothing.
Okay. Danny, just off the top of your head, do you have anything in mind, something cool that she might be able to do?
She looks at that harvester next to us and points off to the direction of the of Celine, or I'm sorry, of Silouan.
Yes.
And if he looks, she's going to do a leaping spinning kick on its back.
Okay. Roll God damn it, when you're trying to lie to some deception with your motions. 1d20 and a 1d10 for Celine.
Ooh, that would be a 22.
A 22. Colby, roll me a 1d20 and a 1d4 for the Harvester Chameleon. What'd you get, boss?
18.
Yeah, you're able to deceive it. You're able to use kind of like a feint, which is a move similar to somewhat of Monk can do. You're able to close the distance. It's 15 foot. I need an acrobatics check for you. You're going to have to get a DC of it's going to be 15.
Oh, well, that would be a 16 on the die.
Piece of cake. You got it. Yeah. Her bonuses are more than that. You do a kick to this thing at advantage. Go ahead and do your attack roll with advantage, and let me see how well it hits. Just give me a basic idea. 1d20, and tell me what you get.
14 for the die roll.
Okay, so that's going to be 26. That is a breaching hit. Number 5. I think that might be it for old buddy number 5, the chameleon. Let me see here. Yes. Paint me a picture, Dan, just for the hell of it. What's this look like?
So as that thing looks down, like she kind of, when she does that spinning kick, it's kind of like a capoeira quick kick where she rolls around sideways and comes up underneath it. And he falls up into the air and then ends up dying on the way down.
Nicely done. And I will get rid of this chameleon. Very good, man. Very good. Number 5. Badoosh. Dead bodies everywhere. Good job. That chameleon's taking some damage. Well, now it's taking too much. It's dead. That will be the end of Celine's turn. And let me see who is next now, okay? Just a minute. Okay, so that does Celine. So now let's go to, the last one we had was number 8, right? So now I'm looking for No, Bast was 6. So I'm looking for 7. Right here, number 3 and 4. Okay, just a minute. Okay, Danny. 3 and 4. Their turn is up. What are you thinking, buddy? And by the way, does everybody mind me doing it this way? Danny was kind of playing these folks, and since I've clustered them in groups, I'm giving Danny a chance to use them against us how he sees fit. And there are things that he knows about them that you all don't, which fucking sucks for you, but it's great for me to watch. And he's been honest, he's playing her straight. So this is just really gives it the danger. You know what I'm saying? Because this is no walk in the park, folks.
So
Make no mistake. Okay.
because
Danny.
we're limited intelligence, what I'm trying to figure out is if they have figured out what our goal is, since we're charging straight at it.
Roll an intelligence check. They have 0 bonus to it. It's going to be a 1d20. 10, you get that they are charging. 15, you're able to make cunning decision.
Cunning decision, I got a 16.
They can make a cunning decision based on it, and that's dice, people.
All right. So
I love
the two of
D&D
them,
how it works that way.
They're going to take just one step forward.
Okay.
So they're basically anything that comes at that door, they'll be flanking it.
Oh, okay, I get you. So they want to come in a little bit, like right here and there?
Yep.
Okay. And are you readying an action? And what is the trigger?
As soon as something approaches, they'll both pack tactics attack.
Okay. Can you think of anything a 3rd level ranger, one that can cast like 2nd or 3rd level ranger spells would be able to do? You got a Ravager here. You've got each other. They do ranger spells. You think of anything off the top of your head?
Actually, if
you
they
would like
can
for
see
them to
far
do?
enough, they would. If they can see us, they may hunter's mark a couple of us.
Okay. So I think the range on a hunter's mark is 60 foot, correct?
Yeah, so they're not making that.
There's not anything there. No, not yet.
So that's what they're waiting for range. First time something comes in range, hunter's mark, and then if it gets close, they'll melee with it.
Okay.
Melee, melee.
By the way, I'll let you be creative. These things either have short swords, spears, and then the Ravagers have claws, but some of these things also have a bow, too. So you decide what these 2 creatures have. Write down Harvester 3 and 4 on a scrap sheet of paper, and surprise the fuck out of everybody, okay?
There's up above, just one level above, there should be. I already told you what's in reserve with the shaman.
Yes, you did.
type.
Yep, I know about the...
Yeah, and there should be 2 others up there with him, I think.
Yep, and we're going to get to that when that initiative comes in. Also, they have a bonus action tail attack that they can do if they make a successful melee attack against somebody, Danny. They can do that bonus action at advantage, and it can knock people prone. They have Hunter's Mark. They have combo attack feat. Yeah, and they do pack tactics, so they do gain counter attacks and shit like that. So yeah, there's cool shit they can do. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna say that group there. That was group number 7. They're done. Okay, let's go on to number 8. Corrupted. This is going to be an Ozuman. Okay, let's see what they've got in store here. Corrupted. This is going to be... No, that was the wrong number. Wrong one. Just a minute. Number 8's Brahmas. That's right. You remember me telling you that earlier, buddy? You should have hollered at me and be like, hey.
I was thinking, I was like, man, I should be coming up soon.
Well, dude, I don't know if you've noticed, I'm juggling quite a bit right here.
Uh-huh.
So it's all good, but it's
I'll
going...
figure.
So Danny just come over and did the Stealing Thunder move, where he stole Brahmas's thunder. You see things that have happened. You've been listening. You're an awesome player and student. What is it that the locomotive would like to do now?
Well, originally, which Danny, good power move there, because I was originally just going to pick it up and throw it into that gravity field over there and keep on moving, but I don't really got to worry about it.
No, not at all.
Now, can Brahma see that magic circle up at the top of the steps? Or is that just there as a place marker for you?
You don't know that's there. Darius and the Ozama are the only ones that know that's there. Now, Darius told you guys he did something like that.
Right.
So if you, I'll give you a free action to holler at him and try to get information on that. But he is, it's going to be with disadvantage to get him distracted. Well, no, because he's not fully wolfed out. But he is raging on this thing and shit like that. So if you want a free action to ask where that thing is, as long as you can make it sound good in game and you know, like be in the moment, don't do something that's weird here. But yeah, I don't mind you yelling like, "Where are the marks?" or something like that. Just be sure not to give it away.
I could say something along the lines of, "Are we anywhere close to where you put the traps?"
As you say that, go ahead and roll a what would be a performance check, please.
It's a 21.
Okay. He goes, at the top of the stairs. Bring them in. That's what you get out of him.
All right. What kind of distance am I looking at between me and the top of the
5,
stairs?
10, 15, 20, 40 will put you right on top.
Good. I only got 35. I want to move right to the landing. Basically, right before it.
Right there. Okay. No problem. Just a minute. Let me find you real quick. Sorry. The gang. Promise. Okay, Danny, is there anything I need to know? Is he getting into something maybe he shouldn't be here, or are you good?
I think he'll be fine going that direction.
Okay. 5, 10. Roll me an athletics check here, Promise. There's a crack in these stairs.
That would be a 27.
Yeah, you're good. We'll put you about right here. Okay.
Whoa.
That's your movement. Now, what are you doing?
I'm going to see Brahmas do something he ain't done yet.
By all means, dude.
Hey, hold on. Let me see here.
What do you need?
Looking at this spell real quick.
Okay. Ooh, spells. I get to use your graphics. Are you getting ready to cast a spell?
Buddy,
Okay, hold on. I gotta do fun stuff.
I'm going to
And
bonus action Spirit
There
Shroud.
it is. What's it called?
Spirit Shroud.
Awesome. And explain what that is, please.
That's you call forth spirits of the dead, which fit around you for the spell's duration. The spirits are intangible and invulnerable until the spell ends. Any attack I make deals an additional damage at 1d8 when you hit a creature within 10 feet of you. This damage is radiant, necrotic, or cold. Of course, I'm going radiant. A creature that takes this damage can't regain hit points until the end of your next turn, or until the start of your next turn.
Awesome.
And in addition, any creature of your choice that you can see that starts its turn within 10 feet of you has its speed reduced by 10 feet.
And you gotta keep concentration on this, correct?
Yes.
So I'm gonna write down a note, but you also write down that you're doing this to remind me when it's applicable, okay? And we're calling this Spirit Shroud. And make sure to use your MP, okay?
Yep.
Okay. I got a note of it. You've got it written down. You've already used your free action to talk to Darius and understand roughly where this thing, you know, it's up here on this platform somewhere. Okay? Top of the stairs. Top of the stairs. Okay? What else are you doing on your turn, boss?
Alright, you're going to hit it with a little spell called Ray of Enfeeblement.
Hit it. What is it?
Let's see. Oh, crap. No, I can't. That's a concentration spell. Crap! I thought that was just a regular roll spell. Scratch that.
So now the spirit trail, was that a bonus action?
Yes.
Okay. So you used your movement, you used your bonus action, now you have your action, and you're looking for something to get on Ravager 1. Is that what you're talking about?
You know what? I know what
You
I'm
have
gonna
all
do.
kinds of cool range shit. I mean, you're loaded down.
Oh, I know. I am going to hold my action for when it comes up at me to hit it with inflict wounds.
Okay, melee range?
Yep. With the touch
Okay.
spell.
You've got it. Okay, write that down. That's what's going to happen. So I'm going to go through shit normally, and you remind me when that comes up, okay?
Got it.
All right, and we're going to say that is Brahmas. Okay, that was number 8. Now let's look and see who number 9 is. Be Harvester number 1. Little buddy down there. His other buddy's all dead. Ain't worth 2 shits. This fella here. Okay, I need to do a strength saving throw to see if I'm able to fight versus this. I never did roll a DC for that spell, so here's what I want to do. Colby, roll me a 1d20 plus 8. Tell me what you get.
$26.
Fuck! I can't pass the strength saving throw versus that gravity field, even if I rolled only a natural 20 is going to do it. And that's a 5. Okay, so no, he cannot move at all on this first turn. It is pretty much, he's not stunned or anything like that, but he is pretty much held completely in place by failing that. He's going to take more force damage from that. Let me roll it real quick. Okay, it's number 1. And he expires. Here's what you see. As Darius is just going down, he's just clawing the shit out of him. This other Ozaman over here on the side comes up, and the horns start to have this kind of shimmer to them. They almost start vibrating, right? And as it's coming down, and you can see it start to bear its fangs, and these abnormal onyx spikes and bones seem to start protruding out of its shoulders, almost like the Superman movie when they had the bad guy they created had those shards and stuff kind of erupting from him. What was its name? Doomsday? This looks like a Doomsday kind of effect that's happening to this creature. And as he brings his hands together like this and is shaking, you hear bones start to snap inside of this harvester. As all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you hear a little bit of a hiss and a yell, and all of a sudden, crack, his neck goes sideways and his arms crack, crack, and fold in and shit, and it pushes him inside and breaks his appendages, and it is slain. Where the force of gravity was too much for this thing's body to take. And that is going to be that number 1? Yes. Number 1 expires. And now let me do this spell here. Well, the spell's still there. I'll end it on his next turn. Because people can still walk into that field until the start of his next one. You know, it's there. So let me go ahead and make this adjustment. You are done. And that group gets initiative number 9 out of the way permanently. Okay, awesome. Fucking A, I like it. I like it. All right, let's go with number 10. Number 10 is Ravager number 4. Where are you, buddy? Let me see here if I can flash him real quick and see where he's at, which one he is anyway. Oh, hey, I went way out. I like it. Let's see here, Ravager number 4. Nope. Where are you? It's one of these big boys here, isn't it? There he is, up here. Okay, so with this group, this is going to be Ravager number 4, and this is going to be Harvester number 7, at the same time, Danny. These two are together in a clustered action. Going now. They would be able to see from their vantage point Ojaman running up the east side stairway led by a shaman. This is the one that had the longer dreads. This isn't the one that came to our city originally. This is the one that Darius met in the encampment. This is the one that seems to be a little bit more, a little younger, a little bit more wild. Long gray dreads hang almost all the way down to the ground as his big muscular arms are on there as he looks up the stairways.
Ravager's going to charge down there.
Okay, you gonna hop down?
Yep.
Okay. Roll me in athletics. Check, please. It'd be a 1d20. And go ahead and add a 1d10 to that, please.
Okay, that's 16.
Good job. You land. Crash. There's 15. Are you still running that direction?
Yep.
20. 25. 30. 35. And that's as far as you can get. You are standing just damn near at the very top of the stairway as these things are coming up to greet you.
Acid
Now,
spray.
before he does that, do you want to move this other guy too, or are you doing an individual action?
He would be right there with him. He's coming
Okay, let's
down
go ahead and
down.
do that.
Actually, yeah. He'll come right on down.
Okay, so that is, let me see which one this is again real quick, boss, sorry. Number 7. Okay. That is number 7. Let's move you, boss. Just a second. Okay. Where do you want to position him? He has a little bit more movement than the other one. I'll give you, you can go all the way to here, you can go all the way to here. In
Right
this area, where do you want to be?
To the Ravager's right.
So that would be, this is his right. It's about as
Yep.
far right as you could get. You
That
good
works.
there?
Yep.
Okay. And now what is the action? What are you doing?
The Ravager is going to use acid spray.
Okay. So what happens there is I need you to roll a DC. This is going to be a 1d20 plus, just a minute, let me find it here real quick. Plus 1d8.
On to 18.
18. So we're going to have some DCs here. Let's see how far this reaches. Okay, just a minute. Okay, just a minute here. Oh yeah, buddy. I love having the graphics do this kind of shit, guys. Let me just tell you, this is very fun for me. Alright, so I'm going to say these two here. Okay, and the DC is 18, right, Danny?
Yep.
They're doing Constitution saving throws. It's going to be a 1d20 to 1d6. Colby, roll me for the old shaman. 1d20, 1d6. Got to be an 18. Tell me what you get.
You got a 5.
Fail full acid damage. Danny, that is...
Ooh,
Find it here real quick.
48 plus 4.
48 plus 4. Yep. Poison damage. And then, Bella, go ahead and roll for this fella here. He has 1d20 plus 1d6, and the 1d6 has advantage because he actually has an aura of gravity around him that will help deter that to a degree. So the 1d20 he rolls once, and 2d6, pick the highest one. She's grinning.
No, it's not good.
Not
Not
good.
a
What'd
good
you get?
good. That's just a 5, unfortunately.
No shit, dude. See, but there's a use for that, Bella. When I have you rolling for the bad guys, you do shit, man. Just be proud of yourself. Just be proud of yourself. It's all I can say. It's all I can say. So we're having fun. All right. So these two take the damage. Danny, what is the damage that these two are inflicted?
32 points of acid damage.
How much?
32.
32?
I think so. 5 plus 7 is. Wait a minute. Maybe 10.
48 plus 4 would be 32 if you rolled 4 8s.
Yes. No, I rolled 2 5s.
I was like, I'm fucking all about it, but now come on.
Yeah, never mind. That's 24.
24.
Plus 4, so it's 28.
28. That's fucking still amazing, which makes sense because they failed horribly because of Bella. Whatever. So anyway. Oh, you know, I have a joke for that. Do you know what a fish is when you take away the eyes? Yeah. I love that joke. I heard that today and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. It's crazy, but I liked it. All right, so let's go ahead and go Ozaman. Let me go ahead to this group. This is going to be Shaman number 2. Let me find where he is. Right here, this group. Okay, he takes
You know what
one
the red
heavy
hat
hit.
means for a porcupine is? Dab rabbit.
Okay. What is it, Danny?
Dab rabbit.
Yeah, I get you. All right, that's an awesome turn for him. And then what is your buddy up here doing?
He's going to throw his short spear at the closest one.
The shaman, and I'm going to give you advantage of that because he's covered in acid and he is not doing well right now.
Well, advantage or not, he rolled a natural 2 twice. He misses by a long shot. Must have been hard to see in the acid spray.
I guess it didn't work out. Natural 2.
Yeah.
I was going to have it skip down and maybe hit another one, but not with a 2. So we're good there. Okay,
Like
let me
hit the
go ahead.
concrete, come back and stick into the Ravager.
No shit. Right, that'd be great. Just bounce right off the thing and be like, "Arrgh!" So anyway,
Come on, Toby, we talked
Looks like
about
the guy
this.
from Mad TV going, look at me, look what I can do. Throwing the
that's
javelin.
it. Look what I can do. Love that show. Okay, so that is that group going, and that was Ravager 4. Make sure I'm finding my group. Okay, this is them. Well, in their turn, that was 10. Number 11, that group's dead. Or that guy is dead. Danny, this is your secret weapon. Do you want to private message me something, or what do you want me to do here?
Zoom out on the map. He is.
I
No
will.
worries.
Just one moment.
He's actually going to stay in position.
I will zoom out on the map in a nondescript way. Is how that work. Jeremy's like, you bastards.
Yeah, I think the way everybody's approaching and everything, he'll just stay right where he is.
I like it. And if you're holding an action, text me that now. In a private message, of course. Okay, we're going to go ahead and say that's 11, which is done. Hold action. There's a question mark for the Danny. Okay, let's see who number 12 is. 12 is going to be Ravager number 1 and number 2. Both these boys are going to go at the same time. I've got them grouped. This is Ravager number 2, Danny. And Ravager number 1 is underneath the first arch, right here in front of the first archway that would lead to the top of the temple where they could go in. Okay, so you got number 2 here. And you got Ravager number 1 there, and that's where they're lined up. You've got
So
Brahmas.
we could get into the temple at either of those doors?
No, this is just something you have to go through to get to the stairs that lead out here, and then you go in this at the very top.
Okay.
Okay, this is like an archway.
Ravager number 2 is going to come down and stand beside the other one.
Okay,
And they are holding their acid breath, waiting on somebody to come up the steps.
I like it. Come to Papa, they say. All right, let's go ahead and do that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right there, good?
Yes.
Okay. And number 1 also, and they are holding acid breath, you said, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm getting ready to look at your message in just 1 minute, bud. Hey, Jeremy, what does that mean, the message you sent me on there?
Oh, we had a real nasty storm coming through. I was thinking we just want to lose some power.
Oh, okay. I was like, me too, because I mean, I thought it was going to be shit, and it still could be bad. I haven't looked at it lately. Just a minute, let me check what Mr. McGuffey says here. Got it, Danny. Got it. We are just some sneaky fuckers, and you know what? We're just evil enough there might not even be a surprise. All this could be us lying, or are we? Or are we? You just don't know. It's D&D, it's crazy. Alright, so that gets rid of that turn. That was number, who were those people? That was number 12. Now I'm looking for 13. 13 is some fun for you, sir. It's a weaver. This is going to be all the weavers at the same time, clustered into one group. Decide on what you would like for them to do. Would you like me to scan out?
The one standing on the top is going to put the wall of thorns up now.
Got it. Okay, let's do that real quick. So at the top of this temple, as the clouds are parting and the rain is coming through, Jeremy and Colby and Silouan, you hear these whispered, serpent-like strong S enchantment words going and echoing down off the massive stone of this place. It's even over encompassing the rain pattering on top of it. This sounds a lot like the same enchanting whispers that you heard when it summoned that fucking Vokilikon into being back at the camp. Okay? It makes you realize that there is another weaver out here somewhere. Although you can't exactly locate this thing at the moment, you can hear the words. Okay? So for all intents and purposes, for role-playing possibilities, this thing is standing back here in the back, but this is not a visible target for any of you. As this is a kind of a high wall, this big pillar here would stop direct sight up that way, but you know something is coming to a head. And with that, here's what we got. As these two Ravagers have walked up and are guarding up a stairway that would lead further up, something comes into view. A mass of thorns, whipping and curling as if animated by evil magic, springs forth, blocking the doorway. Back behind him, it seems to be 4 tendrils whipping around like animated serpents, blocking the way forward, making a opposing wall behind the Ravagers. That would be the one's action, Danny. Now you've got the other two, unless he wants to move.
The other two will, they're going to run up the stairs and try to join him, get as close to him as they can.
They want to get close to him? Cluster? Okay. You have a dimension door spell that you can do. Would you like to use that? And go. Got it. Weaver 2. Boom. Weaver 3. Now understand, they can also see the chaos going down below them. So you have this option, or you can rally to the central here. What would you like to do?
Give it a 50-50.
Okay.
All right, well, high number. He's coming with us. He's going to be there too.
Over there, okay. Do you want to dimension door as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead and minus, I think dimension door, is that a 3rd level or 4th level spell, Jeremy? Can't remember. Just go ahead and take, just imagine they've got 7 MP going, Danny.
Okay.
just to keep this kind of moving, okay? Is that close enough for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you know some of the other things they have the ability to do. Do you not remember their spell list?
I got it.
Okay. They got different shit. Okay, I'm going to say that's... Do they have anything else they're casting out from their vantage point right now?
No, that because they used their round would have been you count. They've all cast their spell this round.
Right. I know. I'm just making sure. Okay, we're going to say they are done. Okay, that was 13. Now we're looking for 14. Just a minute. Okay. This is going to be the group that just got spit on down here at the bottom of the ramp steps. Okay. Colby, I would like for you to roll me a 1d20. 20, they do something pretty freaking sweet. A 1, they hate acid and they're having second thoughts about being here.
It's a bad trip, man.
What'd you do?
Got a 3.
Okay.
This group just not having the luck with me.
It's not going good for you. I'm going to say these two here are having a hell of a time with the acid that has got onto them. I'm at least going to have the soldiers come up and try some attacks against the Ravager, but a 3's pretty piss poor. I'm going to do one extra roll to see if they even hit, okay? Just for expedience. Let's go ahead and go to Ozaman, because that's what we do here. The Shaman, number 2, stays back. We got number 4 and 3. Okay, let's go. That's a corrupted. We want the regular ones. A 4. And let's try a 3. Alright, Danny, roll me a 1d20 and a 1d12. Tell me what you get.
Eight.
Swing and a miss, not good. Dozeman comes up here and tries to take the... They have these... The weapons that they typically use if they're not just using their fist and pounding on things are these large, flat kind of clubs. Almost looks like a cricket club. But they have these... It's hard to describe. Almost like these square-like medallions that stick into the side of it. It almost looks like a primitive person was trying to make a club that looked like a chainsaw blade. And if you look in ancient Aztec and Mayan things, this is a weapon that they actually used. If you've ever had a chance, I'll try to put a picture of it up in a chat later. But these things usually have a metal sheen. These ones particularly are metal and have some stone put into them. And it's almost like it's almost like the Aztec version of a nail bat. Practically. Only it's very ornate. And he goes up there and swing and a miss. Give me another one for number 4, see if he can hit. 1d20, 1d12.
Much gooder. It's 17 plus 5, 22.
22 hits, but does not breach. So, go ahead and as he hits, I'm going to say he takes only half damage from this, as it doesn't even draw blood on it, but it does show some pink flesh and stuff that comes off of one of the side of its shoulders as it looks at him and turns around and starts to drool as that acid comes down between his teeth. Roll a Constitution saving throw for Ravager 4 to see if his poison breath has been regenerated. 15 will do it. It's a 1d20 and a 1d8.
Oh, he got a 17 and a 20 roll.
Okay, he has acid breath ready next turn. Remember that. Number 4, acid breath, okay? I'm going to say that is their group. They're done. Now we're looking at group number 15. As soon as I can find them. Okay, that is Shakoma and Broxel. Alright. And after that, we're going to go on our first break. And it'll be almost time for the initiative round to start over again. A lot of stuff going on, man. It's pretty fun. Pretty fun. Okay? So, Shakoma and Broxel. Way back here in the back. Way back here in the back. I'm going to say that Broxel is going to go into his other wild shape. Okay? So he can get caught up with everybody. He's going to mad dash up the center of this as one of those creatures. Okay, let me find him here real quick. Let's go to the gang. There's the gang. Let's go to Broxel. Let's go ahead and go into his other form. Here he shifts. Gotta love it. And now we're going to do a mad dash of 90 feet. No, it's more than that. It's 55. No, it's 45 and 45. 90 feet. Yeah, that's awesome. All right. So, let's go ahead and do this again. Roxel. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45. Let's move you up here, boss. 5, 10, 15, 20, 35. Bella, give me an athletics check. 1d20, 1d10. Good things. What'd you do?
Just realize it's 13. Yeah, it's not
That works.
great.
That works. That's okay. That'll work. That was all right with him, and yeah, you're okay. I'd be like, and he falls in a hole. He's done. No, that's good. Okay, and let's go ahead and go with Shakoma, and she's going to charge, which is going to give her 50 foot. Okay. That puts Shakoma right here. That's her dashing. I'm going to go ahead and call that quits for right there with those two. Okay, that is going to be, to make sure I'm doing this right. They're done. Now, group number 16, Valdera and Karsu. They already went with Danny. So, who is number 17? Corrupted number 2. Let me see if that's even relevant. That's 1. I think it's this group over here. No, that's Corrupted 3. That's Corrupted 4. Corrupted 2 is way down here. Okay. Alright. So, Corrupted 2. What can you do to make things interesting? Danny, what are you thinking here? He's down below where Silouan is, and you got a 10-foot climb here to get on top of this. Now you have gravity force abilities at this point and enhanced strength. Okay? So he can almost Hulk around and jump and bound and do some pretty cool shit. He's like a mini Hulk right now with gravity force powers, but limiting, you understand? He just looks like Hulk jumping around, kind of.
I would use, like, he'd lessen the gravity around him and just jump up there.
Go ahead. Roll me. This is going to be a charisma, just to see how well he does the spell. Roll me a 1d20.
It's a 16.
16 is very good. Yes, you are actually, and it's very much like the Dareblin ability Bella's familiar with now because of her new Plan B character coming at you soon. You would be able to effortlessly jump and bound up right beside her by only using about 10 foot of movement. Okay, so is that the first move? Bam! And I mean right up beside you. And Silouan, when this creature jumps up and lands beside you, there is a look at, for just a brief moment, as if you could be an enemy that wipes across its face, and you've not been this particularly close to one since that battle. There is something dark happening to these creatures. The noble creatures that you saw in combat, the shaman that you heard speak on behalf of the others, these honorable creatures that are coming here, these things are undergoing some kind of metamorphosis that is not natural. You can actually feel something ebbing away at you. It's almost kind of hard to breathe around this creature. You can see the shadow looming over top of this like a proverbial black cloud, as these horns are jagged and misshapen and not normal, as the fur on them is dense, as they give off this smell of just not a living thing. It's not undead, but it's a darkness that is changing them. Do you have anything that you say or react to in this moment before I let Danny go ahead and move this creature on?
I don't think so. I think she's kind of just maybe holding her breath a little bit and being like, let's get through this. I don't know what your deal is, and now's not the time to find out. So.
Right on. Danny, where would you like this thing go? You've used just 10 foot of movement. That's all.
He'll go ahead and spend his action to dash with that, and the fact that he's lighter. See what that does for him. So he's gonna dash.
Do you want to bound up this side, or do you want to go up the center?
He'll bound up the side, like right on top of that statue in front of him, and then jump again.
15, 20, 25, 40. You have 20 more feet since you're doing your dashing. So you could use that to make another bound and possibly get on top of this ledge over here if you would like.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do an athletics for me with advantage because of what you've got going on. 1d20 and a 1d8.
19.
Got it. This thing, literally, it's like little Hulk. Just bouncing and gliding up through here. And you can see that ripple of that energy around it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to add that to it since he's using it. Put down that he has depleted 6 magic points. Please, Danny. Okay. I love graphics, man. it's fun stuff. All right, so that is what he is doing. That was number 17. Now there's number 18, and I think we start over. And that is the group on the left side, Danny. That is going to be all these poor bastards over here. Let me get to them real quick. There they are. Yeah, that's going to be corrupted number 3. Yeah, it's this group here. So, Mr. McGuffey, they are aware that this rune is here. Because their people placed it there. Okay? They've seen this guy run up here. I'm going to need you to do an intelligence check for one of them to see if they get the idea what they're getting ready to do. 15 or higher is going to do it. It's going to be a 1d20 plus for this group it's going to be nothing because they are not the wiser ones. It's a 1d20.
I got it. So
okay, you got over 15?
Yeah.
Okay, so they get that there could be, they don't know what exactly, they know these things can breathe this shit. They're smelling it, but they don't know what exactly is waiting for them. But they do know this mark is here. What's the group doing, boss? What do you think?
They're gonna go after the lighter one, the easy target.
Okay, let's do it then. They're going to take off this way. That's not in the range of that mist, is it?
Nope.
Okay. So as they do, roll me a 1d20 for the group. And Jeremy, I want you to roll me a 1d20 for this creature over here to see how well it fends off with disadvantage because it's getting 3 against it.
Natural 20.
You rolled a natural 20. Just for curiosity, what is number 8 roll, Jeremy?
7.
A 7? Danny, paint me a picture. Number 8 is done for.
I would
With a
think
natural
that
20 from these 3, let me go ahead and move them up there. But I'm going to say they ganged up and did some bad shit. This will have you have a little bit of fun if you're.
You ever seen the game Hungry Hippos?
I have.
Well, when they get to flanking him with each of them having 4 arms, that's what it looks like. They're just taking pieces of him off.
Damn. Okay, just a minute.
Doing an exaggerated Macarena, and every time they make a movement, they smack it around.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm real safe with natural 20 and a 7. He's toast, dude.
I'd say the
There's
way it
nothing
ends
you can
up
do.
finally dying is the 2 left and right of it have got all 4 arms on one of its arms and are pulling it, and then
Oh,
the corrupted gores it with a horn straight up the middle.
done, son. Let me make sure to make that mark off there. Number 8 is history. Let me find him here. Harvester. Number 8. Done, son. Okay, awesome. Okay, with that, let me go ahead and recenter this real quick. Things are moving. Shit is happening. All kinds of crazy stuff is going down. Let's go ahead and take our first break. Refill our stuff, use the bathroom, do our thing. Then we'll come back and we'll keep this going until no later than 10:30. It gives us roughly another hour, and then we'll be out of here. Is that good with everybody? Okay. So, once again, thanks. Let me get ready to pause this. And see you in a minute.
Physics.
Okay. And we're back, I think. One of these days I'm going to miss this button push, and all my shit's going to be chaotic and off. But you know what? I think I got it there, so we're okay. All right. So, now that we've got our Monty Python quips out of the way and we're all good moving forward, yeah. We're starting with the king of the double tap, Mr. Kill Tusk. Yes, Bella, what's up?
Do I need to with the 8th
Oh,
dude?
damn it! Ah, she stole your thunder. That's going to be the name of this episode, Stealing Thunder. It's going to be Danny done it, now Bella's doing it. It's all good. No, you're right. So, the pre-break, because we have a pre-break. Hold on. The adventure music's a little bit much for this particular. Let's tone it down.
I love
touch.
how it's like, all right, let's get into the action question. Well, hold on, let's pause
Yeah,
real
no,
quick.
we're all like, "Yeah, but-"
Here's an educational segment. Anyway,
So, Silouan was saying, and mind you, her battle buddy Jeremy didn't help her out on this, by the way, so it's all good. But she has the ability to do elemental affinity on an element that hits her, and she can store this for a certain amount of time. Now, all the mechanics of that are up to her to memorize. I wrote it. She's got to figure it out. I don't remember all the ins and outs of it. There's a lot of shit to it. What that means is she can take a certain amount of damage, and she can use this so many times a day, and she can gain that element to add to her attacks, and she gets a little bit of an immunity against it as well for a period of time, I believe. Okay, now, when she was going up and that Ozaman, that corrupted one, jumped up beside her, and I gave that big theatric scene there, and I asked her if there was anything else, and she couldn't think of anything at the moment, but then she did. She's thinking she wants to look at that thing and say, what, Bella?
hit me.
I want you to roll persuasion.
And I'm trying to think if there's a nice way to do vicious mockery to get advantage on that, but I have a feeling that would make the hit a lot harder.
I mean, do we go big or go home? What do we do here? What do you want to do? I'm interested to see what happens if you poke the bear? Because you're going to get something cool out of it. But
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's like,
This
hey,
is
buddy, I
interesting.
know we're on the same team.
well, I mean, yeah, he seems to be distracted. This is entertaining.
Yeah, I'm
He's
trying
going
to
like,
think.
I don't know how I feel
I'm
about
not sure she
this.
does like a little, almost like a ooh ooh type thing, like a mimic monkey noise, like.
oh, dude, yeah. Roll persuasion, or intimidation, or whatever. You tell me what you're rolling.
This is not a Merc-approved plan.
I am Merc, and I do not approve this commercial.
Promise looks back. She's actively jeering on the monkey man.
Good lord.
Let's see.
It's charisma, so.
Let's see. Charisma, and there's no advantage on that because
Why would there be?
she's trying to do. I'm not sure if it would count at vicious mockery, but if she's doing a little monkey sort of thing to like kind of be like,
It's like goading.
yeah, like speaking, trying to be like, come on.
With him being on edge, and you doing this,
Mm.
I'm going to roll 1d20, and I'll tell you if you get advantage or not. We'll just do it here on the... Well,
my
no, I
roll
bet
was
20.
extremely average.
Okay, hold on. 1 through 10,
Mm.
yes. 11 through 20, no.
Mm.
7,
Woo.
you have
Okay.
advantage.
Please
It's going to be
better.
lower. It's
Yeah.
so going to be lower.
Oh, it wasn't. So the first time was a 10, the second time was a 17, plus 3 with charisma. That is a dirty 20.
Okay. Jeremy. With disadvantage, a 1d20 and a 1d6. Tell me what you get. Well, no. Straight roll, because the advantage is already there. I can't double down on that. So.
Oh, it wouldn't have mattered. I got a 7 and a 6.
Okay. Total? Okay. It works. So here's what you get. Here's what you get for your persuading ways, young Silwyn. As you do that, he jumps up and he's like, boom. He's looking at you, right? You're looking at him and you're going, hit me. Right? Is that what's happening? And when you do this, he's like, and when he flexes his shoulders down, that's when that gravity field first comes around him, and he starts pounding up the other things. When it does, I need you to do me a dexterity or constitution saving throw, or else you're going to 2d8 plus 2 force damage.
That's
And
fine.
this is a gravity kind of thing. So this is going to be a DC of 13.
That's a 9.
Plus...
That's the total.
Okay, 2d8 plus 2 of this damage.
It's just fine. I live with my choices.
Okay, that's 7.
Okay.
Or no, sorry, 9. That's the plus
Okay.
2. That's 9 points of this gravity crushing like force damage. As
Non-lethal?
when it takes up from around you. What's that?
Non-lethal? Or lethal?
No, this is lethal.
Alright, sounds good.
Yes. So as you take that, you feel the air escape your lungs as it's being crushed in from it. It's all you have that intense panicked feeling like you get when you have the air knocked out of you. Okay? And if you kind of as he jumps up and bounds away from you, and that surrounds him still, you finally get a deep breath back, and you hear bones kind of crack as if you've been through a chiropractor. And you notice that your arms were super heavy for a second, at your side. And when he walks away, you feel yourself go limber again. It was a scary thing. It was, as brave as you were to ask for that, knowing what it gives you, that was a tough experience. And now you kind of know what kind of pain and strange power is present in them. It's a hell of a burden on it. Okay? Especially for this creature to be able to harness and it taking him over the way it is. I guess would be the best way to say it. Go ahead and tell us what this does for you with the elemental affinity. Explain to everyone watching and to the folks sitting at the table.
Yeah. So, elemental affinity, when subjected to an elemental empowered attack or spell effect, see, you can use your reaction and 5 MP to gain an affinity with the chosen elemental type for the duration equal to 1/2 your current proficiency bonus leveled up. You get the effects of the elemental spell. Additionally, your character gains resistance against that elemental damage for the duration.
Okay, so what's
It
your
may be
proficiency bonus?
Let's see, it may be used a number of times per long rest equal to your charisma modifier +1. So her modifier, I think, is 4.
So you can use it several times a day.
Yeah, and the
what's
charisma.
your proficiency bonus?
No, so my charisma is 3, so that's what, 4 times, and then proficiency is 4.
Okay, so that's going to be for 2 rounds. It's going to last.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Did it say half your stuff rounded up? Is that what it said?
Mm.
Okay, so it's going to just be a straight 2. Okay, and if you look up the elemental weapon ability, read into that before your next turn so you know what it gives you bonus to.
Would it be necrotic or is it something else?
This is just gravity. This is like force gravity damage.
Okay,
It's
so
going to
look
have
at
that.
the
So
Druid
use your imagination, and it has this effect. Okay? And the
Okay.
damage that it can do is all described in that elemental weapon spell, which is linked in that description.
Will do.
Okay.
All right.
'Cause-
I think she maybe kind of does also a thanks, bud. We'll also talk about whatever's going on with you later.
Yeah, we'll work it out. Hey, we'll work it out. Yeah. All right. So, well done. That's cool. Now that we've got that out of the way, Colby, I'm ready to see you do things, buddy. Let's talk about this map over here, shall we? Now,
Mm-hmm.
let me go to this. You are... I'll find it in just a minute. Over here, on this statue. Okay? You've been paying attention to all these different things going on. I want you to do me a favor. What is your passive perception?
Where do I find that?
Well, it's 10 plus whatever bonus you would have to perception.
Then 13.
13. When you are on top of this statue, this head, you notice there seems to be some kind of function to it. And as you look down along the ground and base around this thing, you see 2 sets of bones. Now, would you like to use your free action to do a further perception check on this? Not so you wouldn't have another free action or any way of communicating or something. Or would you like to pass that over and stay focused on what's going on currently?
I think
you
Kiltus
decide?
would most likely try to. I think Kiltus would more likely be able to focus on the current battle and then maybe refocus on that statue once this is all over with.
Okay, so take a note of that, if you would, Colby, that you're wanting to make sure to look at that at some point, okay? At a glance, you've noticed that when you've jumped up here and you're letting that go for the moment. Now, are you in hyper awareness right now? And if you are, what does it take to get into hyper awareness?
I don't think I'm in hyper awareness.
What is it, Colby? I'm sorry.
I don't think I'm in it,
Okay. So
but I
it is your
can
turn
be
now.
if I once it loads.
What would you like to do? You've
Am I
seen
able to see
the vines grow, and
the-
you've seen Ravagers cover this up. You saw Baraxel turn into the great cat of this lands and run up through the middle in wild shape. You've seen Brahmas starting this spell and charging up through the middle. Things are happening, man. It's crazy all around you.
All right. Oh, are the Ravagers 5 feet apart?
I couldn't understand you. What'd you say?
Are the Ravagers 5 feet apart?
They're pretty much shoulder to shoulder. They're within 5 foot of each other. Yes.
All right.
And then swirling behind
would you say
them
these
are these
are
alive vines and shit with large thorns on them, seem to be animated.
All right. And would you say, are we saying these are in close range of me or no?
Well, what's close range for your bow? Do you know? Is that 60 foot?
I'll have
Jeremy,
to
if you want
look up
to.
a great bow.
Yeah, and if you want to look it up now, listen, I don't mind doing that, but we're in a big battle here. So if there's things you're trying to do that you're not sure of, it's going to drag
Yeah.
us out.
Hey, if
So
you
I'll
got a
give you this
longbow,
one.
It's like 120 for regular range.
Long 20 is long, so average range would be 60, right? So
Yeah,
short
60
range
for
is going to
short.
be around 30.
Yeah.
Let's go
Yeah,
with
on
that
my
for now.
feed saying it says the close range for a longbow is 10 to 75.
Oh, it is? Okay, well then we'll go
So-
with that because you have a great bow. So we're saying these guys are
Yeah.
within close range to you.
Yeah, I would say this close range should be longer than a longbow because longbows 10 to 75.
Right, and you have a great bow. Now, when you
So-
do this, and you're shooting that bow from standing on top of this statue, I am going to have you do an acrobatics or athletics check for each shot to make sure
Alright.
that you're able to keep your position up there, okay?
Mhm.
But from that vantage point,
And
you have
so
a clear shot at these two if you wanted to, and you have ways of
Alright.
looking other places too.
all right, yeah. So then I'm also going to go into heightened awareness for this,
Okay, is that
so
a
I can
bonus
have
action?
advantage of it. Should be, isn't it?
Okay. So that's a bonus action down. You've used it. And I'm going to put down that you're into heightened hyper awareness, okay?
All right. Yeah, bonus action.
And you remember what all that entails, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
And with dual shot, it says it's a dex saving throw, so I get advantage on that with hyper awareness.
Okay. That's awesome. So you're doing a dual shot.
Yes.
Fantastic. Where are you aiming it, sir?
I'm gonna be putting one on both rangers.
Awesome. On both Ravengers. So one
Yeah.
attack, 2 arrows, 1 hits each one of them. Awesome. Way to play it. That's why you're doing the 5 foot apart. I like it, buddy. Okay, go ahead and you're doing your dexterity with advantage because you have hyper awareness. Tell me what your result is. And by the way, do you guys remember what his heightened awareness is? It's the dexterity version of what a barbarian goes into. So right now, he won't have free actions, pray tell, like most people will. It'll be that heartbeat, that slow motion, kind of intenseness out of him. This is going to be really cool. Go ahead, Colby.
Natural 20.
That's good news. That's good fucking news, sir.
Shoot
Tell
on
me what that is in total with your bonuses.
With total, that would be a total of 28 with bonuses to see if it hits.
So you have a +8 to your attack rolls?
Wait, was I rolling to see if it hit or if it was doing attack?
Which one were you doing? Were you doing...
That was the first roll, so it should have been seeing if it hit, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah. So then this would be attack ones now.
For the second one. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So the total attack would be 16.
Okay, so let me make
Unless I
sure I
roll.
understand. Let me make sure I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So the 20 was a roll that was counting towards what?
That should have been. Yeah, that should have been to see if the DC of the dual shot was successful.
Okay, so you rolled a natural 20 on that, which means you were really good on that. And does a higher roll benefit you in any way when you're doing this?
It does not look like it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you advantage on your attack roll because you rolled that 20 on the hyper awareness.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I'm trying to make it work for you in the only way it makes sense. So now you're rolling your attack roll. Roll it again. This is your advantage part of it.
Attack is 28.
28 breaches both of them, barely. So these two Ravagers are up here, and they seem to be bellowing up, and they're getting ready to hold more of this poison spray. You know what they look like when their thirds start to swell up and when they start doing their things. When you see that soft underneath side of them with that hyper awareness, it's almost like you're zooming right in on them, and you can see their chests expand and their eyes start to get that film over it as they're getting ready to release, and you plummet those arrows straight into both of them. Okay, with breaching hits. Go ahead and roll me damage for your attacks. And this is straight lethal damage. This is actually able to go through their outer defenses, which is a big fucking deal.
That'll be a total of 8 damage.
8 damage on each arrow, right?
Yes.
Now that was, tell me what that was. That was a 1d10 plus what? Each one.
That's a 1d10 plus 6.
Okay, so you rolled a 2 and a 2.
No, I only rolled it once because I thought I was thinking differently than you were.
It's 2 different arrows, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's one attack to pull it off, but there's 2 different arrows. So one of those is going to be a 8, and what's the other?
Yeah,
one?
and this other one's a 15.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and keep these things in mind for next time around, so you understand the mechanics a little bit better of it. Okay, boss?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to say Ravager number 2 over here is the one that took your 8, and the other one's the one that took 15. Let me go ahead and write that in here real quick. Ravager number 2 minus 8, and Ravager number. Wait a minute, what is this? Is that 1? Yeah, it's 1. 1 and 2. Okay, and then one number 1 took 15. Okay, what else you doing on your turn, boss? You haven't moved. With that hyper awareness being at 20, I'm not going to have you do that check for shooting from on top of the statue. You are in your zone. What else are you doing? That's 1 attack. You've used your bonus action. What are you doing now?
Is there any more I can see? Or
Yes, I will say that from your vantage point, well, no, not really, boss.
All
Way up ahead, no, you can't really see anything else from your vantage point, sir.
all right. Then I think I would try to move up. Then.
So you've got a 10-foot leap to get to here or here. If not, you're going to fall way down this column here because these steps keep climbing up. So you could jump over to this and run up this railing, or you could jump over to here and try to grab onto this sheer wall of runes and things like that and climb your way up. Which way you wanting to go?
crazy idea, but how many arrows do you have, and do you have steadfast assault?
How many what arrows or just plain arrows?
Like, just how many times can you shoot an arrow?
I have another attack. I could shoot an arrow, and also I have one more blink arrow.
Okay, look, I'm just throwing it out there. If you're already attacking 2 of them,
Yeah. I
Once
think
again,
I would be
I want you to have fun, and I'm glad Jordan, this is
Yeah.
very cool. But I want you to have this stuff. I want you to start thinking about this ahead of time next time, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I was sort of hoping that I was probably able to see another person, but I think I'll use. I think I'll just stay there for right now and see what else happens.
Okay, so you have another attack left, but you're going to go ahead and forego it and just watch and see what happens?
Yeah.
Okay. That'll work.
I should have 3 attacks by my next turn anyway.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and say that as in round number 2. Okay, the next person to go is Darius. Alrighty. So, Darius, now that has been taken from him, and that vortex is still holding, in this moment, he is going to... With that creature being the way he is right now in that form, he is going to bounce. Roll me a 1d20, Jeremy. Let me know what you get. That'll determine how good a turn he has.
First one, 11.
11. Yeah, he's going to try to bound over this with an athletics check over top of the area, land here, and start sprinting up this railing. And what Darius's idea here is, I won't tell you, but I know what he would do. He's wanting to draw people to this fucking room because he went out of his way to do that shit. So he's going to go up and stand right in the middle of it and call out to these bastards. Okay, and try to get them to do their thing. I think that's pretty much suiting, don't you think, guys? Let's go ahead and do this. Darius. Moving. Athletics check, jumps over the side and runs up. He's
Does
doing
Brahmas
good.
recognize that they're bellowing up?
I'll have you do a perception check on your turn.
now that they're in range, he's in range, and they've been holding that. They would both like to spray him with acid.
I was wondering. I was gonna say if Brahmas recognized that's what they're doing, he would try to keep Darius from running forward.
Roll a
Not
perception
really doing
check
well.
with disadvantage.
Didn't I also shoot them in that soft part of their neck? So wouldn't that affect it?
Yes, we'll get there.
22.
You do recognize, but you also used your free action to talk to Darius before you took off on your turn. You don't have one left. Okay? So you do recognize the danger. Now, if you have a reaction move, because he moved through your area, I will let you physically do something to stop him if you would like, but here's the trick. Now, he's right here in the symbol. These guys have 15-foot range. It's going to be borderline. It's going to be super close. Just looking at this right here, I don't know if that's quite going to get him or not. It's going to be damn close, guys. So
Let's see.
I'll let you use your reaction if you want to do something, but you have to paint a pretty picture.
To use my reaction, I'd have to give up my held action, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry, Darius, you're out.
D&D, man, D&D.
Okay.
By the way, Corey, if
So-
you're watching this, Bella was laughing just now. Just so you know. Just
Jeremy
so
is
you
literally
know.
like, it's you and me to the end, my friend. And this, my friend, is the end right here.
Because that's rough. I'm going to give them disadvantage on their DCs when they are doing the breath weapon because where you hit them, Colby, okay? For him to be able to get the fuck out of the way of said stuff, okay? So, what are you choosing to do? Nothing?
I'm gonna let it be. He knows what he's doing. I
Let
can
it
only help if
be,
they
let
drag
it
him close
be.
enough that I can use my held action.
Thrown into an acid bath, let it be. Yee. I like it. Okay, so, Poetic Justice. Let's go ahead and release the Kraken, Danny. Damn it. I mean, it's just the way things work. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead. Enemies. And this, I
Alright,
think,
so-
is Ravager 1 and 2, right?
Yep, the first
Yeah,
one
yeah.
it was a D6 and a D8, correct?
A what?
It was a D20 and a D8 for that DC.
It was, but you have disadvantage on your D20 roll because of Colby's character Killtusk hitting both of them as they were swelling up in those sensitive areas and breaching hits.
One is a 20.
A
The other is a 6.
A 26.
No, one is a 20 because since they're both shooting, one got a 20 with disadvantage. The other one got a 6 total.
Oh,
That's
did you add D8 on each one of those, though? Oh, wow. Okay, okay. Because D20 is the only one that had disadvantage.
Right.
Really?
Yeah. So now,
Phew.
so it's
Okay.
Because he got a 17 and a 3 on the 1d8 roll. They actually rolled a natural 20 and missed that because of disadvantage, which is really lucky. And then
Yeah.
the other guy rolled a 9 and a 3, and the d8 didn't help out a bunch.
Yeah, I'm going to say it hits him, guys. That's not me. I mean, that graphic is set. It is the size that it is. So let me go ahead and get the double barrels pumping here. Damn it. Sorry, Corey. This will teach you to have a life and not play in our game.
He
We're
does
terrible
get a
people.
+4 to his con save, by the way. 'Cause
What is it?
I chose con and dex.
Oh,
So he's got +4 to his con save.
Oh
I
yeah.
did the wrong song. Rotate. Yuck.
Of course, if he gets hit by that one with a DC of 6,
I know, right? Okay. So, let's have some fun. So we're doing a DC. One's it's a 6 and a 20. So we're going to see. We got what we got. We got 8d8 plus 8 here. He's looking at. And didn't he have inspiration from Bella?
yeah. I think it was me, Fast, and sorry.
And that's a D6, right? Okay, let's make this official. Let's bring up the board here. Let's have some fun with this the right way. Just a minute here, guys. There we go. I'm getting ready to bring it up here in just a minute. It's loading. I got the program up. Things this important need to be shown to the party. Okay, so let's go ahead and put it on dice roller. There we go. Okay, so here we go. Okay, this is a 1d20, a 1d6, and then it is plus, what was the other one? What was his constitution? I'm trying to remember, I think his was like a 3, I think maybe. Okay, so 1d20, 1d6 plus 3. Oh! 11, 14.
That beats
And
the
then
6.
+4.
What is it? It's 7 plus 4 is 11, plus 3 more because of his constitution bonus.
+4 because of the paladin.
Yeah, plus what Jeremy boosted.
Plus 4 because the paladin. What's that put it to? 7, 8?
11.
Okay, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14. That put it at 18. That's all it would give it. Yeah, I mean, that's just truth. You know, you got your 7 there. This is inspiration. That's 4. That's 11. Pluses. Constitution is 3. That's 14. Plus your 4 puts it at 18. So that means he's going to take half damage from the one, and he's going to take full damage from the other one. Okay, Danny, go ahead and roll me the damage for the first one, please.
Oops. 23 plus the 4 would be 27.
27 on the big boy.
Yep.
Okay, and then with this one here, he'll take half of this one because he passed. What is it on this one?
11. 6 to 17. 21 total.
So
10.
6. You said 11 total?
No, 21 total.
21 total, so 10. Okay, 10. Damn. All right. So I'm going to say with that, the way Darius's movement went was like this. We're going to say number 1 here is the one that he was able to dodge, but to do that, he had to jump right through the other one, which is what hurt him, and I'm going to move him over to here. Okay, and that's going to be 10 foot off his movement for the next turn. Let me go ahead and move him real quick, just a moment. The gang, Darius, and then you are moved, because in our game we move, and we can move out of spell areas. We actually, it comes off our movement, which is a really cool feature. Alright, now that that acid has been sprayed, I'm going to say with both of these guys spraying in this way, there is an acid layer laying on top of these steps that is going to inflict acid damage if people were to run over this and splash dirt and stuff like that. I wouldn't have done it for just one of them, but since both of them did double barrel like that, that's going to be an issue. Okay?
Will the rain affect that at all?
That's why I'm only going to have it be a 1d6 plus 1 acid instead of more. And every turn, it's going to drop down a dice. Okay? So let me go ahead and get these effects off here real quick, and then we will move on. Okay, your Ravager 2. Acid Bath. What? No, that's Ravager 3. Haha, that's not the way I want to do it.
You guys really do not want Brahmas getting inside here.
Right on. Maybe. Okay.
Oh, we're just gonna put 2 big guys in front of them. We're
Yeah,
gonna
right,
put
I mean,
acid
no
all
shit.
over the floor.
So that's Darius's turn. Let's go ahead and go on to number 3, which is going to be... Oh, right there. It's going to be Corrupted. It's going to be the Ozaman, I think, on the right. So, Jeremy, I'm going to let you have a little bit of fun. And you're going to tell me what this gang of misfits is doing. Make sure this is the right one. This is... No, this is Shaman number 1. That's the wrong group. It's the one that's down here lower. Let me find them again real quick. It's, this group, I believe. It's this one, and this one, Jeremy. That's your group. You can roll 1d20 to decide how good a thing they're going to be doing. Let me know what you get on your 20. 17. So that's the gauge. It is 17 cool. Okay? So actions for them for 17. You've got Corrupted 1, Shaman number 1. Shaman number 1 can cast stuff at like a 7th to 8th level cleric. And then, the Gravity Well spell pretty much of number 1 has capable that he's holding concentration on now. He can move this up to 30 foot on his turn if he wishes to, or dismiss it.
Does it cost him anything to dismiss it? Bonus action or otherwise?
No.
What kind of movement speed does he have?
Right now 35.
Where would that put him on the stairs? Like I'm on the railing.
About right here.
That doesn't put him within 30 feet of the rabbit, right?
No. But that would make it where he could recast the gravity thing and get him.
What we'll do. We'll go back up there.
Oh, dude, you want to pull him towards the center? I like it. Okay. So, let's go ahead and do that. That's a pretty good roll. Okay. Let's go to the corrupted here. Let me find him real quick, buddy. Lots of stuff I'm looking through. Just a minute. That's corrupted number 1. I don't want to be under enemies. I want to be under Ozone. Sorry, guys. Just a second. Okay, and that is number 1. Okay, let's go ahead and move him around and do said things with him. I'll move that gravity when we get up there. I know you're like, why are they moving together? That sucks. Okay, it puts him about right here. Okay, and now 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That's within range. Okay, because he can do it up to 60 foot. So I'm going to move that now. Gravity Crush. And are you wanting to put it here and suck them towards the center? And you can expend that. You can extend that to a 30-foot thing, but it's going to take your full action to control it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let me enlarge this. Okay, right now I think it's about 5. Let me see here. If you're putting it right here on the edge of the rune, okay, do me a favor, Jeremy. Roll me a 1d20 and a 1d8. Tell me what you get for a DC.
19.
19. 19's a DC. These guys have got to do strength. Okay, so Gravity Crush. In effect. Big old vortex opens up. Colby. Roll me a 1d20 and a 1d12. What do you tell me what you get? What's the DC, Jeremy?
19.
19.
Please tell me it was in that one.
What'd you get? Did you guys hear him? I couldn't.
I forgot I'm in my actual mic as well. Nat 20 and a 12.
Okay, so first one passed. Yeah, shit. The second one did not. So, one of these Reavers stands his ground. He's going to take, what was the damage of that? Let me look here again. This is going to be 3d8, or I'm sorry, this is a 2d8 plus 2 force damage, halved for him, and that is going to be on that one, number 2. Got it. I'm gonna write down the damage real quick, and we'll move on to the second one. Okay. The second one gets pulled, which is really, really cool. Okay, number 1 gets pulled, which is really, really, really cool. That is Ravager number 1, I believe, is one that gets pulled. Yes. As he does. As he does.
Pull him close to melee range, does it?
Huh?
It doesn't pull him within melee range, does it?
It pulls towards the center of the spell, which puts him right there. It puts him on the rune, but it doesn't get him within range. We're going to look at it real quick and see, okay? Let me go to the Ozaman and back this effect off and see where that puts us. Just a second. Yeah, it puts him on the rune, but does not put him within your melee, sir.
Damn it.
I know. Well, I mean, that's just how the spell worked out. You know what I'm saying? So, but now the frost rune goes off. Okay? He's taking big damage here. Would you look up for me what a ice storm spell is cast at its base level, Jeremy? In the area of that?
Ice Storm's a 4th level evocation, 300-foot range, target, 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, centered on a point within range.
20-foot radius, so it's going to get everything within that area when it blows up, which is it's just going to get him though. Okay. What's the damage for that at 4th level?
Each creature in a cylinder must make a dexterity saving throw. Creature takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 46 cold damage on a failed save.
Okay. 2d8 46, right?
2d8 and 46.
Okay, that's what I thought. He fails the saving throw because the gravity well was pulling him in towards it. He wasn't able to fight that, so he doesn't get a dexterity saving throw versus this, which is really cool for you guys.
And the area is now difficult terrain.
Right. And I'm going to enlarge this right here, and I'm going to bring this up so you all can see it. Let me find it here real quick. Ice rune, is this number 1? It's number 2. Okay, go ahead and bring this all the way up. And this is going to be difficult terrain. In this area. Okay? Alright, dice time. Oh shit, dude. My D8s aren't high, but my D6s are freaking rocking. 12, 17, 20, 25, 28, plus 1 pre-bonus, 32 points of ice damage. Now, here's what's great. These things are weak against ice damage. So it's half that. So it's 16. So 32 plus 16, 42, 48 points of ice damage on Ravager number 1. Jeez, it's cramming.
Did we give it the damage from the gravity well too?
Yeah, I did. Okay, he needs to do a Constitution save, and he is slowed now. This, not only are they weak against this, but they have that has this slowed effect on them. They can only take 1 attack at a time. Their movements halved, disadvantage, and all kinds of shit. It's a great thing. A rune is fucking awesome in this way. Okay, let's go ahead and call that the end of that turn. And just for shits and giggles, Jeremy, what were the other two here doing? We can do something generic real quick. You want to just leave that soldier with them, and I'm going to have the other shaman try to run up here and just try to group around her and protect her, right?
Yeah, the shaman, if there's anybody who, I don't know if he's got a healing spell, but he would probably try to pick out if anybody he can see is injured and try to give him a pick-me-up.
Why is that not moving it? Oh, it's the wrong one. There's going to be an Ozaman in a weird spot because I just moved somebody without it being the right person. I don't know where they are, but they're getting slid over the place. Now I got the right guy. He's got a healing aura around him. Anyone within 5 feet of him gets 1d8 plus 1. So if these guys had damage against him, it would automatically heal. That's what he's keeping concentration on right now, German. Okay? So I'm just going to huddle up to this and just help with the charge when they get to moving forward. Okay, let's move past them. That is going to be these guys right here. Now we're looking for number 4. Just a minute. Number 4 is Ravager. Number 3. Where are you at, Ravager number 3? Look around here real quick. That's 1 and 2. That's 4. It's on the other side. Okay. Here we go. The one that was holding this action. That is going to be Group B. That is going to be Ravager number 3. And the other one was killed because they all stampeded it. So he is on his own, Mr. McGuffey. He
All
saw
right,
his
so
buddies
I
go
just
down, but
did
he's
it.
also got Hunter's Mark. But Hunter's Mark is gone now, right?
Yes. And I just did an intelligence check, and he didn't do so well. He's charging him. So he will go straight at him.
Okay. I like the way that sounds. And you know why? Let me get rid of the Hunter's Mark first, and then we'll go from there, okay? So that is corrupted number 3. Let's go ahead and back that off. I like it. Okay, now let's go to Ravager number 3. Enemies of my enemies are my energy. Okay. Let's go ahead. He is bounding down and running towards them, Danny.
Yes.
No, we're not doing that. Woo, I like it. We just wanted to pick his nose a little bit. We just wanted to get in there. He's using the wrong tool. Alright, so we're bound. Bam! Takes off running right here. Roll me a DC. 1D20 and a 1D10, Danny.
I want to say, it just struck me that the theme of gorillas versus lizards has been really big here in those last couple of weeks.
You're not wrong, sir.
There was just an event added to a certain war game where the map is a big ape and a big lizard on either side of the map.
Can't imagine. Little Godzilla and King Kong going on. What's the DC, Danny?
16.
16. So your Ravager is rolling a 1D20 and a 1D6. Tell me if you get 16 or higher. Failed. The reason he got a D6. You guys, I've told you why I do this the way I do it, right? The D20 standard, the dice represents the possible modifier. These aren't the fastest guys in the world. He fails to dexterity save. And in that moment, the second ice rune set up by the great work of Darius and the other Ozma men explodes underneath Ravager 3's feet. Let's go ahead and bring up that graphic. And let's go ahead and roll some damage. Danny, I'm going to go ahead and let Bella, you're going to roll the damage for this. It's going to be 2d8 and 4d6 plus 4. Tell me what you get. Ones or rerolls on this. When I rolled it earlier, man, I got like a 5, 6, 6, a 3, a 7. I got some good shit, dude. No pressure, Bella. I'm just throwing it out there, you know. It's no big deal. Yeah.
You said 2d8 and 2d6?
2d8 and 4d6. And
4d6.
ones are rerolls.
Okay, so the d8 was a 2 and a 5, so 7.
7.
That's a 6.
13.
It's a 3.
16.
It's a 4.
20.
That's a 3.
23. And then plus 4 from a bonus. It's 27. 27 points of damage. Now, these are weak versus it. So it's plus half. So half of 27 is going to be 13. That's going to bring it to 30. That's going to bring it to 40. points of ice damage. God, that's crazy. Okay, that's Ravager number 3. Minus 40. I need to do a con save real quick. Paint me a picture, Bella. Have some fun. This ice rune explodes up from the ground, and this thing's constitution was too weak to take the full blow of the hit with a natural 2 on the d20 dice, and it freezes this thing to a point to where it's deadly. What does this look like?
I just have an idea of like almost like in a cartoon or like a thing where like the freeze kind of travels up the leg type thing and up the body and through the head until it's almost like an ice sculpture, and then with like a crack it shatters.
I like it. I like it a lot. Let's have some fun just for the hell of it. Let's do this. Hold on for a minute. I want to do something stupid. I don't know if I can do it or not. I was going to turn him blue. There he is. He's frozen. I'm just having fun. Just being stupid. So yeah, he's stuck right there. Yep. Alright, that's cool, man. And then, as you said, shatters. And then he's gone. Alright. But this will all be frozen difficult terrain and stuff for a bit. Okay? So, that's pretty cool. Alright, let's go ahead and say that pretty much gets rid of both of them altogether. And that group is gone. We are on number 5 now. And number 5 is Silouan. And then 6 is going to be Bast. Keep in mind that 8 is going to be Brahma, so that will be on deck. And when we get that done, we'll go ahead and end for tonight. Okay, so let's go ahead and have a little bit of fun while we got a little bit of time. Or if you want to, we can stop now and just do this all next time. How do you guys want to do it? I'll leave it up to you all. If we start next time, it would be Bella at the start of her turn. And if we go a little bit further, it's going to put us close to 11. I'll let you guys decide. It's either way. We have it written down. What would y'all like to do?
Feeling Danny.
Huh?
I'm asking Danny how he's feeling. He gets squinty-eyed on us.
I think Danny's out. I think he's not even coherent enough to answer.
Just make him quick.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's just, Bella, since you've been real patient, we'll go ahead and give you your turn, and then we'll end after that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so.
It
Yes,
should
young
be
lady.
fairly straightforward because the idea of what I'm thinking is if she can kind of use it 4 times and it's 2 rounds, it's what I want her to do is diminish gravity on herself to get more of a vault, and then at the peak of it, target one of the Ravagers, throw her lance, and on the lance have the magnify gravity to try to pin the Ravager to the ground and just have it stuck in him and not recall it until her next turn, so then he has this force sticking him down.
That is pretty fucking cool.
Because with the magnify gravity, it's
Right.
the gravity in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point. Each creature in the sphere on a turn has to do a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, they take 2d8 force damage, and its speed is halved until the end of its next turn. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much and suffers no reduction to its speed. And then on top of that, until the start of your next turn, any object that isn't being worn or carried in the sphere requires a successful strength check against your spell save DC to pick up or move, so that would be her lance.
Okay. So here's how we'll do this.
Yeah.
Now, does it take your bonus action also to do your vault?
I don't know.
I mean, what action does it take for you to perform the bolting lance? The being able to do that.
Let's see. The vault.
I think it takes half your movement.
Yeah, the vault I think is her movement and a bonus action.
Okay.
And
That's-
then
okay.
the main
Keep those
action
two in
is
mind.
the
So those
throwing
are
the
gone.
lance. Yes.
Now, the bolting lance, what does it require to do that? Is that just
So the bolting lance, I'm not sure if I can use for this because it's, I rush forward, becoming a bolt of one type of elemental energy, so that she's not moving, or she's not bolting down. It's just the lance.
okay? Okay, that'll work. So the vault is actually your bonus is your bonus action.
Hmm.
Okay, so in theory,
I
Jeremy,
lay
what
out
are
all
we saying
this, and
here?
then knowing my luck, I'll roll hot garbage, and she won't do shit. So.
Right on. I just got to get you in range. You're far away.
Mhm.
Because I already moved you 5, 10, 15, 20. I already moved you 30 foot right there.
Mm.
Okay?
But she's in the air, right? It's a vault up.
Right. Okay. So
So
we're
she would
saying,
be able to see the Ravagers, and then like at the top of the thing. That's what I mean. Or no?
okay. I think it might be too far away for you. Because we've got another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 foot between here and you. So that's 30. That's 55 foot total between where you started
Hmm.
and where you've got to get.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got to decide how we want to get you in this direction.
Calling for bolting lance, it is 10 foot wide, 60 foot long. Line.
What is it?
Bolting lance, a 10 foot wide path and 60 foot distance.
And what's it take to do it? An action?
Major action.
So you could hit him from here with it.
Yes, with 7 MP.
Yes.
Because it
Now,
says rush forward.
That's not going to be a vault, but what it's going to do is it's going to take you from that point where you're at, and it's going to make you go, boom! You're going to go right up to the sucker. So you can do the same effect, but it's going to be you holding it and staking him.
Okay.
Okay? That is doable.
All right.
So go ahead. That's fucking awesome. You ran your 35. What is your normal movement? 40?
Mm.
Okay, so you right here is your 40, and you get to right here. Okay, and as you're doing that, describe to everybody what this looks like and stuff, and hit that first Ravager is well within your range to do this. So to explain to people what they're seeing here, Bella.
So what I'm thinking is her initial vault. It's almost like light on air type thing. Where
Okay.
it's like with that diminished gravity, almost like a floating, and then the weight kicks in, and then it's like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to
Yeah, I
think
do.
how to describe it.
Okay.
Almost like a hammer coming down.
I get it. All right. So with that, you'll be able to reach out here to Jeremy, walk her through how the damage of this thing works.
Let me
Yeah.
roll to see if I can even do it.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead. She rolls her. What's the attack's normal attack roll?
I believe so.
Okay, Battle Buddy, read it up and let her know.
Let's see.
So it says requires elemental affinity.
Ah,
Three actions
yay!
in total. Weapon damage plus bonuses plus 1d10 of the elemental.
Let's
Okay.
see. So I add what to my roll?
Okay, so you rolled a d20. What'd you get?
I rolled an 18.
An 18's awesome. Okay, all the way at the very end of your weapon, it'll say total damage bonus and it'll say total attack bonus.
So
Should be
4
maybe
plus 4
12
plus
or-
4. So 12.
30
So it's a 12 and then an 18. That's 30. That is a breaching strike on the creature. Okay.
Get that
So-
thing in there deep.
Now
So
tell her
he
what
has
damage to
to-
roll here, Jeremy.
It's her weapon damage plus whatever bonuses come with that, and then 1d10 gravitational force.
He has to do a Constitution saving throw too,
Okay.
because then that would add the force damage if he doesn't take it or he fails it.
Okay. And what's the DC for that? Roll a 1d20 plus your spell save DC, and add those two numbers together.
Where do I find my spell save?
Under right out there where your attacks per rounds are, there are two little books. The first one is your spell attack. The second one, the furthest to the right, is your spell save DC number. What is that?
Yeah, it's not a high DC. I rolled a 2 and it's an 8.
So it's going to be a DC of 10. So he has to roll Constitution versus 10. Okay,
And these guys are beefy, so I imagine it'll be easy schmeezy for him.
1d20, 1d8, I'll let you know.
Sure, it's only an 8.
I think so.
Okay, so listen.
It'd be your charisma plus your proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Plus
It's a
8.
4 and a 4.
Okay. Oh, on here it says 4 plus 3 plus 1.
That's 8, and you add a 1d20 roll to it, which you got a what?
2. So just
10, right.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. This is no shit. So I just rolled a d20 and a d8, and I have a total of 8. No shit. So he fails.
Alright.
I'm rooting for you, but this is real shit. I thought for sure he'd pass it, but no, he failed. So go ahead and roll your normal lance damage plus its bonus, and then we're going to add the other stuff in Jeremy tells you to.
Let's see. So I rolled a 2. So 2 plus 6, that's 8.
8 to start. It's not bad. And what's the 1d10, Jeremy?
That's the elemental type.
Okay.
Let's see.
That is of the gravity type. Because that's the element you have in your weapon right now.
Let's
Roll 1d10.
8 plus 5, so 13. And then he also takes the 2d8 force damage from the thing, right? Yeah?
Well,
From the magnified gravity?
let me explain it like this. When you're using the elemental affinity, you're not gaining the spell.
Oh, okay.
You're
Got it.
gaining a limited amount of that spell's power to empower yourself. So the extra 1d10 that the bolting lance is doing here is of that force gravity nature.
Okay.
Okay? So you did the 1d8 plus 6 plus 1d10 is what
So
we're looking
13.
at here. So what was that total?
13.
13 points of damage. Now, as Ravenger number 1, after everything it took earlier, paint me a picture. What's it look like?
He just gets kebabbed to the ground, I suppose.
Okay, because he didn't have but a very few left after the ice rune and shit hit him, and then there was some stuff earlier from Colby. So you've kebabbed him with your lance. Okay, we can do that. And with that, we'll go ahead and conclude this episode for tonight. Let me go ahead and do some music editing here real quick. There we go. Want to thank all you guys for coming out and hanging out. Danny, thanks for staying up as late as you did. We got her wrapped up pretty close to 10:30. Not bad, giving Silwyn her last chance to do her shit here.
Sorry, Danny.
I'll go ahead and stop this recording, and then we'll have just a little bit of a bullshit session. If you got to go right now, you'll go right now. It's all good. And we will try to do this again next Sunday. If not, we'll get with you as soon as we can. Take care, everyone. We appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed it like much as we did. Later.